Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 106 of Floating Through Film. This week, we are taking a break from just completing John Woo last week to, you know what it is at this point. We do our break episodes and stuff. Yeah. So this week we're doing
once again
a decade draft that I think I'm kind of curious what I was going to ask. What your overall thoughts on this decade is. But let me introduce our hosts here, Blake.
What's up?
And Luke.
Hi.
But what I was just saying is, what are you guys' overall thoughts on the 90s? To me, it's an interesting decade because, this is obviously the decade I feel like if you're in our generation and you start watching movies, like this is probably the generation you're probably most familiar with.
At least that older one.
Older movies you've watched. This
in quotation marks.
But then at a certain, I realized like a lot of these movies I'd seen, I hadn't come back since those times when I first started getting into movies. So I'm like, I really, it's like I don't know what to think, about a lot of these, but some of these,
because looking back on, there is quite a few film very influential film movements that kind of got their on a roll this decade. I feel like obviously the two that I most think of is the Taiwanese New Wave and the Iran New Wave
and Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, Hong Kong too. Yeah.
I mean, even people say American independent cinema really started in the 90s too, early 90s.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's true.
Not the same sense.
Linklater, Soderbergh, Tarantino all started in early 80s.
But they're nowhere near as good.
I mean, Linklater's good. Linklater's got some great ones.
He's good.
And Soderbergh people like. But I like Soderbergh.
What a fast aggressive.
No, I like Soderbergh too. Just I haven't watched it.
I love Illusion's Love.
And I actually really respect what he's doing, where he's trying to make low budget movies and just eventually I'll go back. I'll probably watch them all through or something, but at least some of them.
Eventually, someday.
High Flying Bird was kind of interesting. Just about NBA agency.
High Flying Bird was good.
I just haven't thought about it all since I watched it.
Same.
It's interesting, but
either way, your point stands. Yes, there was I think there's probably a few different reasons for that. Maybe early internet or just that kind of internationalism, where even just selling DVDs and stuff overseas.
Yeah, I wonder
markets becoming more international and makes your audience.
Or it's maybe more easy. It's more older films are easily accessible. So maybe the directors this decade kind of they were watching and kind of studying old masters more accessibly than before, and so it kind of sprouted.
That's also part of it. I was thinking more just from the distribution standpoint. It's also easier to It's obviously true with the Taiwanese New Wave and the Hong Kong cinema taking off is you just talked about John Woo. He was you were saying he was definitely inspired by those early filmmakers. But at the same time, I even think you mentioned, I forgot what John Woo, Hard Boiled, he was making it with the Western audience in mind almost, or Western distributors in mind. At that point you can make movies like that where it's in the 60s and stuff you're not really doing. I mean that was still happening, but it was more for festivals and stuff, not necessarily for audiences. But I don't know, Blake, what about you? What do you think of this decade?
I mean, 90s? I love the 90s for a lot of the same reasons Luke spelled out, but mostly because of Hong Kong and Taiwan. I mean, fuck, man. These are where, most of my favorite directors started late 80s or early 90s, started really get going, so...
including the one we just did.
So...
But you need to get into Iran.
I do need to get more, and I know I've seen some of Kiarostami's, but not as. I've seen Where's My Friend's House, and a lot of his shorts. But I've seen a lot of his shorts because if you look, I'm pretty sure I've seen 14 Kiarostami movies.
Oh, he's seen more than both of us. But it doesn't count though.
It counts.
No. You haven't seen close.
I'm the real fan here.
No, it doesn't count.
No, but. I mean, it's a great decade, man. It really is. It's the last decade of practical effects too, really, at the end of the day. So, I know we talked about that on our face off episode. Whenever you're talking about big budget action movies, especially, this was one of the last great decades. So,
that's a good point. Yeah.
Or what? I mean,
there's still obviously practical effects being used.
There's still great movies that came after that decade too, but you don't get the level that we just watched, basically. So.
Yeah, even Red Cliff kind of.
But it's a great decade.
So. Yes, it is. But I said I was going to ask you this. What do you think on Letterboxd is the highest rated movie from the 90s?
I think it's Fight Club.
No,
that's my guess.
I would say Forrest Gump, but I don't know.
No, and obviously, okay, the first is a TV show, Cowboy Bebop, so it doesn't count.
Oh, that counts. That counts.
No, it doesn't count.
Cowboy Bebop's amazing.
But after that, the highest is Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that makes sense.
4.55.
I completely forgot about that movie.
And then there's 2 more TV shows, Neon Genesis and Berserk. But then after that, what do you think is the next one?
Fellas?
No. It's probably not going to be one on any of our lists. I have to guess.
Titanic?
It's a Spielberg.
Oh, Schindler's List.
Yeah.
I was getting hopeful for a second that was Jurassic Park, but I was like, oh no.
That's 80s.
Is that 80s too?
Or
I thought that was 90s. It might
No,
be
Jurassic
80s
Park's
though.
90s.
Is it 90s?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was 80s.
Yeah, but yeah, Shawshank Redemption's on this list, so 2 that aren't probably going to be on our list.
Oh,
so.
no.
I mean, Luke's a huge Shawshank fan, I know.
I don't really like that movie. It's like
okay.
it's like
hot
Hallmark
take.
ass. Like shit.
Let me guess, you like some European art cinema?
Well, you said that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we gonna.
Because now my deck, like it's like Dev's like now my first pick like it has to be European or something.
Yeah. You have to say in that accent too, like
Yeah.
they always use. Oh yeah, so we have to do the whoever's gonna draft.
Okay,
this,
yeah, I have
the
the
number generator.
And so yeah, our rules are the similar as we've done the past few times.
Number 1 pick has to be your favorite from the decade,
Yeah.
and the judges are the other 2 people.
Yeah. Or at least something you can make an argument for.
Yeah,
and then
like it can't be just a movie you've never talked about before. Like all of a sudden,
yeah.
it's never been on any of your lists that we've seen.
Yeah.
Like,
just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But once we do one time through, we're gonna go back to the number 1 pick, and then we'll do Snake.
yeah.
But the order is Luke, Blake, Dany.
No, I don't.
Well, yeah, you finally don't get
Okay.
the first pick.
He finally gets.
Alright.
Oh damn!
Luke, Blake, Dany.
No one pick's stressful. It's like
Well, I mean, this pick shouldn't be stressful for you.
Yeah, this
but-
pick isn't stressful at all, Luke.
Unless you have
yeah. I
multiple
feel like
favorites,
both of you
but-
are like anticipating I'm gonna steal one from both of you.
I mean, you will at some point, probably. So,
Bright Summer Day. I'm picking.
are you actually?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean,
I've never heard you talk about this movie.
Oh, fair enough. Yes, you have.
Just kidding.
Yeah, this movie's incredible. It's like, I mean, it's in the vein of a lot of Edward Gang's films, where it's just like it kind of just like it's one of the his movie just can kind of contain everything. Like it's just life, really. And this is one of those movies, like especially like it's like a coming of age story, but like it's set like as a. But in the background, there's like all this like political opposition. It's like this whole just like, I mean, it's truly like an odyssey. It's really an epic, really. Like
It is
of
an
just
epic,
like
for sure.
of like it's like coming of age, but then it kind of isn't. It's incredibly like complex movie.
It's definitely a coming of age movie, but it's like the rise and fall already.
Yeah, rise
of
and
this,
fall,
of this
yeah.
like teenager, basically.
but because of really a lot because of his environment, really.
No, yeah,
Like,
it's
it
definitely-
brings a lot of questions about that, like.
It's definitely a lot about because I watched it again last night.
Oh, did you? Oh,
I did.
damn.
Damn.
It's definitely about generational trauma for sure too.
Oh, yeah.
And I love like Sonny's character because he like went
Oh.
away and said stuff about. I was reading books like a lot of Chinese martial arts books. I'd always ask for like the thickest ones.
Yeah.
And I realized that these people are basically just doing what we're doing now. Like they're just gangs fighting each other for no reason, basically.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And that's what the movie's about.
Dude,
I mean,
it's-
because like I was also watching the Yakuza Papers this week, like I told
Yeah.
Danny, and it's Edward Yang does that exact same thing, except for like teenage gangs.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, but yeah, with like through a coming of age lens, which
Yes.
is really
Yes.
fascinating. But yeah, there's like so many.
It does contain everything.
There's like a million incredible moments in this film. I mean,
What's the like? Okay, because I've only seen it. You guys have seen it multiple times.
Yeah.
Like I've only seen it once, so I definitely need to see it again. But like, there's a key moment where he stabs someone, right? Or
That's the end of the movie.
That's,
Yeah.
that's the, you just, yeah, like, you said the I guess climb.
at the very end.
It's shocking every time, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
it's like it's honestly, it's a movie you could talk about for literally days. Like, there's so much to it.
You could, because the political backdrop is really what sells it too. Because it's about societal pressure on like a family unit also, or like just the Communist Party. Literally, like this is about Taiwan,
Yeah.
and most of the people that fled Taiwan were not wanting to be part of the Communist Party. So, I mean, it's like, what did that do to their kids? That's what the movie's basically about. Because Edward Yang grew up in that.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's crazy. It's an amazing movie,
it's
and it's
incredible.
based on a true story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But But yeah, incredible.
I hate you. So.
Yeah. Made Blake rewatch it, didn't even get a pick up.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to rewatch it anyway. So.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. It's like, no. It's like, it's not worth rewatching anymore. No.
How dare you?
It was all for nothing. No.
But it was Blake's next, right?
For the betterment of my
Yeah,
life.
Blake's next.
Mine's going to be Full Contact.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. Oh, actually, no. I thought you said Hard Target at first. I was like, what?
No. So Hard Target's not on the list. No. There's multiple other genres for that movie, but
yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like, okay, but yeah.
But Ringo Lam, his Full Contact. This is my. It's hard to choose a favorite between this one and Prison on Fire, honestly, because I love both of them so much. But it depends on what I want that day. Do I want like a prison movie, or do I want a just Chong-Che like style revenge thriller, and most of the time nowadays I choose Full Contact because it's just so goddamn fun. Like it literally just starts off and it's just an adrenaline ride the entire time, man. I know Danny's seen it.
Yes.
At this point,
I started the other week, but I was too tired. The first 20 minutes were really amazing.
Oh yeah,
but like
the entire movie's amazing. So.
I was too tired. I need to finish.
To me, it's like, how many Ringo Lam have I seen? I don't know, like probably 5 or 6.
No.
It's definitely his best. Like it definitely merges his kind of like, I don't know, like he's definitely like high emotion.
He is definitely
high emotion, high action. Like I don't know, like
and except his emotion is violence. So.
Violence, yeah. It's like it feels more direct than John Woo's too. John Woo like feels a little magical, you know, but like his is like more direct a lot of times.
For sure.
Like, but yeah, Full Contact. I mean, just Chow Yun-Fat alone in this, like.
Chow Yun-Fat's just so good in this movie. It's like, I mean, I hadn't seen The One-Armed Swordsman, which was that Chong-Che movie that I put on one of our lists earlier this year. But Ringo Lam's like Full Contact feels like a pseudo remake of that, honestly. Like just this man that loses his one weapon, which is his hand, basically, because I think he gets his fingers shot off.
Ooh.
Something happens to his fingers. I'm pretty sure they get shot off, but so he basically has to learn how to be as good of a marksman as he is with his left hand. He just leads to some amazing things. Simon Yam is just the best in this movie too. Like he's so good. But we'll get to Full Contact.
It has like one of my favorite moments of like, because like the whole thing is like Chow Yun-Fat, doesn't he like? Everyone thinks he dies.
Yeah.
And so his girlfriend ends up with like his rival or whatever, the guy that tried to kill him.
Yeah,
and when she's like, there's this scene where she's like swimming in the pool, and Chow Yun-Fat like shows up, and she's under the water, and there's a POV shot of her under the water, sees him, and she thinks she sees Chow Yun-Fat, but she thinks he's dead. Yeah. And so she's like, oh, who's that? And you see it from like this kind of blurry perspective, and then you see her slowly come out, and he's already gone by the time she comes out of the water. Oh, it's so good, dude. Oh my god! And then he's like spying on her, like.
He gets very voyeuristic at some points for sure.
No.
That mirror shot.
No, but it's like brutal though. That's what I'm saying. He's like high emotion. It's like you go through all these different emotions of like, damn, like watching Chow Yun-Fat like watch this girl with this other guy that's trying to kill him.
But he understands why he tried to kill him at the same time at the end of the day. So.
No,
amazing
it's a great movie. Is obviously your favorite Ringo Lam, I'm guessing.
It's hard to choose between this one and Prison on Fire because I do love both of them a lot. But they're my two.
They are like totally different movies.
So they are. So. It's like Prison on Fire. It feels like a buddy movie at the end of the day, but it's like really
so
depressing. It's like really depressing.
It's not a buddy movie. I mean, I can see.
I mean, they are like it's like Tony Lung Kai-Fei.
But it's not a buddy movie in like the Western shit sense.
No.
It's like I don't know. That kind of brotherhood movie.
Yeah, I mean we've done Prison on Fire, so hopefully people that are listening have watched that movie before, but it's definitely different tonally than this one because this one is dark, but it's dark in the way that you can watch endlessly because it's just like violent fun.
And it's an action movie too. Yes. Like Prison on Fire is not really an action movie.
No.
Does it have action?
It has action, yes. It has a lot of action, but
no, this one's more like straightforward action movie kind of. But Full Contact.
Number one from the 90s.
My number one pick is The Thin Red Line.
Okay.
Nice.
I thought you would pick something else. I was worried. You can't take it back now. You can't take it back now.
Actually, I might have to.
No.
Damn, now I'm worried about what your number 2 pick is because I think it's my number 2 pick.
God
damn it!
You fucked up, Dan.
I'm going back.
No, you're not. You picked it.
I'm not going back because at the end of the day, this is my favorite Malick movie.
Okay. Like, your favorite 90s movie?
And my favorite 90s movie. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's close. Like, it's all the same tier.
Same tier.
Same tier. There's like probably 4 or 5 of the same tier, but this is my favorite Malick movie, and like, he is probably the greatest director, or one of the greatest directors alive still. New movie coming next year. Let's go.
Apparently, he's filming something later this year too in Austin. Same article that said that at the end.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I saw that. Yes. Okay, never mind. Just
we're cooking.
Yeah.
We're so bad.
Yes. It's like that one comes out before the wave. But the Thin Red Line, like, I don't want to say too much because I feel like I will do Malick at some point on a series. Yeah. Was he on your guys' list? Like, if I hadn't picked him, would this one have been picked at some point?
Yes.
This is a movie I like need to rewatch, and I was like, haven't.
It would have been picked at some point by me, but
to me, this is like, it's like the perfect war movie in a sense because it's not pro or anti-war in a way. It's like it's trying to be neutral as much as possible, and kind of just showing like these kind of like almost like it is definitely an epic because I think it's based on Homer or something. I forgot exactly sure. I know it's based on a book called I forgot what the book is called, but
Odyssey or the Iliad.
But and it's even I think the Odyssey is mentioned in the movie itself. But like you can tell because it's kind of filmed like an epic in the sense of like it goes from these huge wide shots that'll be like really almost calm, like these like really calm windful shots of like these soldiers waiting for battle, and then all of a sudden it'll like go close up to these really intense emotional people, and then go back out to these really just like really neutral. Like it like goes back and forth. It kind of almost fucks with you a little bit after watching it, but I think it's almost about that in a way. Like this is what war is. It's like both of these things, and I think Neil Badahar had reviews on Letterboxd. His review was like God's Eye Cinema or something like that, and it's like that's how I really view the movie in a way because it's like. Almost like how does God view like these humans battling each other almost like ants like on the hill in a way, but at the same time he views it at the like you also get these huge emotional moments of like I can only describe them as types because they're not really people like you get like the soldier who is trying to save his men from getting killed, and then you get the general who's never had a real battle before, so he's like over enthusiastic and just wants to get his men killed and stuff. You know, it's like. They're not supposed to be like real people in a say, and that's why I say it's more like an epic in that sense because it's like these like almost just like emotions of this is of like this what does this huge situation bring out and these like different kind of emotions people, but it's just such a great movie.
My favorite part of it is how oppressive the jungle is. Honestly,
yes,
like it feels alive,
but it's alive, not in like it's that's why it's intimidating because it's not intimidating.
Yeah,
like he'll go to like just these like all of a sudden like when it's like some of my favorite shots where like first coming they're walking in the jungle, but he's like all of a sudden he'll cut away to these almost like basically like an IMAX movie like shot like these pure nature shots. You know, like it makes sense that he did Voyage of Time because it's like. All of a sudden he'll cut to like just a peacock or like just a tree leaf or something, like in the middle of this scene of like these soldiers like walking through like their death basically. But he's trying to like have that dichotomy at the same time. Like that's why nature's intimidating, you know, because it's like it's not this loud music. It's like just this wind that's just like almost too peaceful, you know. But no, it's just a great movie.
It is a great movie.
And like it's his most epic movie. I mean, maybe Voyage of Time you could say in some ways, but.
Or Tree of Life.
It's still his biggest movie, obviously. Like it's
clear
they gave him a huge budget.
Tree of Life is also huge.
Yes, but that's still a family.
But it's like he's also like contrasting that against like the creation of the universe.
No, he's kind of doing the same thing I'm trying to describe here, almost, you know. But I still like the non-family stuff of the Thin Red Line a little better than just a tiny bit more.
Yes, come to my
okay,
side.
I don't want to
No, you're too far.
It's still Brad Pitt's. It's still Brad Pitt's like best role. Like. He's so good in that.
Jessica Chastain.
And Jessica Chastain.
Just everything in that movie.
Yeah. And I love that Adrian Brody wasn't Adrian Brody the lead. Yeah. But he's
also
barely
Mickey Rourke apparently like I actually just read this recently like Mickey Rourke like was like playing like a sniper or something and he got like super prepared for the role. He was like doing a bunch of like prep for it. Like got super into character and then like when he showed up he like was cut as well. But no one talks about that one. That's hilarious.
Mickey Rourke, yeah. Honestly, he would have fit perfectly in the movie. Because the main face that I think of, at least the last time I watched it, was you know who Nick Nolte is, right?
Yes.
Like the old guy.
Yeah.
In the movie, he's like the general. Like he's that general I was saying who's like he's like he's over enthusiastic because he's like he just wants to move up, but he's like it's clear that he thinks he's too old for the position he's in, but it's because he even says that he's never had a war before and stuff.
Yeah,
you know, like. But it's just like that idea, like all these different people can view war in all these different ways.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, the Thin Red Line, number one. Now official
draft
cards. And I feel like I know your pick.
Through the Olive Trees.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, is that
that's not as disappointing to me because
there's other Cure songs.
I have a backup. Yes, okay. I thought you were talking about something else, but no.
I think I know what you're.
That is still brutal, but
okay. The Olive Trees is incredible though. I just rewatched it this morning because it'd been like 2 years since I watched it. I also rewatched Close Up last night, which I hadn't seen that in like 3 years. And like, yeah, they're both like.
Which one do you like? I guess you like this one a little more. I'm guessing.
A little bit more, yeah. They're both like god tier cinema, though. Let's be real. But yeah, it's typical Kiarostami fashion where he's like blending, kind of fiction and reality, but like in a way that's like he's kind of just making the point. And I think he's also making the point in like Close Up too. But I think it's more in this movie, like. The fact that life is like similar to Renoir in a way, like life is art, art is life. Like it's like it's a confusing thing, and that's what like is so good about it. It's like it's a beautiful thing that that those two can just get confused like that in situations like all the time. And I just love like I just love like the character. I forgot his name. The main character in this guy, like the whole scene of them shooting the scene where he's like, and like the way he shows it specifically is like. They shoot the scene like him and this girl. He's like trying to persuade this girl, and like in between, they're having to play a married couple, which is kind of like his ideal, what he wants to like his like dream, you could say. Yeah. But then like when the camera cuts, he goes straight back to reality where he's trying to convince her, and she like won't talk to him. It's like and like keeps going back. He like stays on it for so long. And I love it. And then the ending is like you don't even know like whether or not you don't know what happens, but it's like
and. I agree with everything you're saying, and I don't know, like, we'll probably do Kiarostami at some point, too. He's like a...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, he's one of my all-time faves. But, like, just one scene I always remember in this movie is, like, that scene where he's, like... I'm pretty sure he's looking after... He's, like, running after something in the... It's like when he encounters the movie being filmed.
Okay. When he's not the POV shot of the car.
Isn't it, like... There's a point in this movie where he's, like, running... Where he's, like, running through some forest and he actually sees...
He runs through the forest at the end.
Is there like a baby or something? No, I shouldn't have meant. I don't remember exactly. God damn, I'll have to remember it.
Okay, I don't know. For some reason, I'm not like. Well, he runs through the forest at the end. Like
I know that where he goes to see her. I mean, that's a great moment too.
That's incredible. Like,
damn, I was hoping you remember it.
I don't know.
Talking about because it might be in Life, nothing more than I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that could be that. Which I need to rewatch that one because I wasn't crazy about that one. But I probably will.
Because this is the last of the trilogy.
Yeah,
right?
The Poker trilogy.
Because in Life and Nothing More, do you seen Life and Nothing More?
Yeah,
you remember there's like a baby that's crying in the forest, like at the beginning.
I need to rewatch it.
And he goes and like sees it. Like the two guys that are like the guy and like the kid that are in the car.
Yeah, I need to. I don't.
And like they see like this baby that's crying in the forest. Because it kind of goes to that thing. I'm pretty sure there's something like that through the Olive Trees where he basically sees an event that happens in one of the early movies, basically. And it kind of goes to that theme of what you're saying. It's like, wait, what am I, like, which film am I seeing?
Well, no, because there's the shot of the woman driving by. She's looking for some, I think she's wanting the kids to bring her flowers, and the two kids are the two kids from Where's the Friend's House.
That's another moment of that too.
But it's like he doesn't bring any attention to it. No. I did not notice it the first time I watched it. This time I watched it, I was like, oh shit, that's those two kids from Where's My Friend's House. Like,
but it's basically another moment, that example where he's trying to be like, where all those moments in our life already where we combine film and life, you know.
Also, the title it's just an incredible title, Through the Olive Trees.
Oh yeah. Well, especially when you've seen the ending.
Oh my god, yes.
We're gonna use that score for one of them. It's that trumpet or what instrument?
It's like it's two. It's like I don't know the instrument,
but yeah, anyway, we'll play it.
It's an incredible piece of music.
Honestly, and it feels like maybe this is why we both would have picked it. It's a little one of his more happier movies, you could say, in a way.
Life affirming for sure.
Life affirming. I mean, all of his movies kind of feel like that in a way, but like compared to like a fucking Taste of Cherry, you know,
yeah,
where like the movie's already ends with like a guy dying.
Taste of Cherry is incredible, amazing.
No, it's great, and you could even say it's a life affirming movie too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so
this one's just different. Like just obviously the ending.
Maybe just you could still read that ending as like you don't know. I mean, obviously the
You don't know what she's gonna say.
Yeah, you don't know what she's saying because, of course, the music is playing like it is like a happy, maybe happier ending. But like, you still don't know because how far the camera is from the.
Plus, I think Kiarostami does a good job at this. Like, this is kind of like this is like another Fellini thing where like by pointing out like what he's doing, where he's filming the scene, then all of a sudden he cuts and he's still filming.
Yeah.
By pointing out like the first scene you would have seen was still constructed by someone.
Yeah.
Even the second scene we see is also constructed.
Yes,
even that, like, basically the whole movie is constructed. Like you're saying, even the ending is construction. Like, and that's what makes it real in a way, because it's like he's trying to point out all film is construction.
Yes.
Even these multiple layers to it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Goddamn. What a
great movie. You haven't seen it, like I'm guessing, because you didn't say anything the whole time.
I've not seen it. I've not seen it.
Right,
is it your favorite Kiarostami?
I think so. At least now. I need to go back and rewatch.
It's
tied with another one that I'm going to mention later.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But Blake, your number 2 pick?
I'm trying to decide if I want to fuck with Luke or not. Honestly.
Go ahead. I fucked with you the first pick.
That's true. All right, we'll take Vive L'Amour.
What? Okay, I didn't mean like that. Wait. No, wait, hold on. Let me bring up the Psy ranking. Hold on. Hold on.
It's a 5-star. It's a 5-star movie.
Oh, okay. No. We're
all the same tier. All the same tier.
Oh, this is bad. This is a. I didn't mean this far, dog. I mean, okay. There are 2 that you like more than this. I know for sure. Don't lie to me now.
They're all the same tier.
Okay. Dany, we need to have an intervention here. No,
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What movie did you pick?
You picked Vive L'Amour.
Oh,
the other 2 side movies he loves more.
Wait, of the 90s though?
Yeah.
This is your favorite side movie of the 90s though, right?
It's like his third favorite of the 90s.
They're all the same tier. No. Rebels in the Hole are up there too. Also,
they're
actually this is kind of surprising. This is your favorite side movie of the 90s.
I love the 90s.
It's not.
I could pick all of them, but you're only doing one per director, so.
And so this is your favorite then.
I don't mind that. So.
Hold on. He has.
You're like Blake.
He has the Hole and Rebels of the Neon God higher than this.
Wait, so why?
This is at number 8. This is at number 8.
I told Luke I wanted to fuck with them.
Number 8 is Vive L'Amour. 6 is the Hole.
This is for all the times you've stolen from me.
5 is Rebels of the Neon God. This is
Blake wasn't expecting this much research.
I was expecting it. That's why I asked.
Okay, so Luke just made his defense. Made your defense about why this could be your side.
That's my 5 stars. I still give it 5 stars.
Yeah, he did.
No, if I said that, you would shit on me. So
I am just surprised that this is your favorite side.
This is unbelievable. This is
well, he's the one that's put it on tape. This is his favorite side from the 90s.
Yeah. You got to stick to that now.
That's fine. I got to stick to that now. I told you.
Why do you like it? I mean, we've talked about it already.
Oh, we've talked about it already. I mean, this is all of Psy's movies are about loneliness. This one, I think it's more so than the Hole. It's more so to deal with like. No, actually, I don't know. Try to decide which one I think is more about personal relationships because they're both about that too. The Hole is more so is more like a reaction to stressful situations caused by living in this type of city, I would say. But it's also about like love and connection as the ending is kind of about.
Just
but
like
then
the dreams from that, like the
and the dreams.
Or like I don't. There's a better.
But Vive L'Amour is a more personal story, I feel, especially in terms of Kong, which is one reason why I do love it and why I don't mind it being my favorite sci 90s movie.
I also what I love about this movie is like on first watch you see it. I remember I saw it more as like pessimistic, but like the more I like think about it and watch it, I actually think it's optimistic. I mean, the title literally is "Long Live Love."
Yes,
like it's obviously like There's many moments where like I guess you could perceive as like sad or lonely, but then when you think about it more, it's like it's only a matter of perspective.
It is sad and lonely, but it's like those emotions, those emotions bursting through.
Yes, yeah.
And it's just like you can't contain emotions like that, and having emotions like that are what helps you move on at the end of the day, which is what she does. Which is why that ending scene is one of my favorites in Psy's entire filmography, which is another reason why I picked it. But
Blake's like, I have something.
Yeah. What do you mean I have something? This is one of my favorite Psy movies. They're just all
I would say the way you were making this argument at the beginning wasn't as confident.
Eight favorite
outside of I'm trying to make Luke mad.
He had this at number 8. He had this number 8 on his Psy list.
Damn,
yes, it's because I only have one Psy movie that's not a 5-star. It's like Dany with Person.
The fact that you're using my argument should prove that you don't believe it, because you hate when I use the tier argument.
No, I like the TR.
Okay, now you do. Now you do.
I like it whenever it benefits me.
I agree like that.
Plus, at the end
I'm on your side now.
Now all you have to do is take something from him and make sure to keep the battle between you two, and that's it.
No, I can't.
This was the only one This was the only one that I actually wanted to fuck Luke with because I honestly didn't think he was going to choose a Briar Summer Day number one. I thought I would get that.
The fact that he had this at 5, I feel like it's justified because he gets to win 2 at once. He gets to take a movie from you, which is part of the draft, and he gets a 5-star movie. So you can't really argue.
There's 2 other side
movies. And you have 2 other side movies to pick from. And at the end of the day, you'll probably get to pick a better side movie, objectively.
Damn, Dany. Okay.
This is like probably Sai's worst of the 3.
Okay.
Literally, this is my second favorite side movie.
Oh, you fucking agree with me, bro! You put it at number 8. Check the list.
I have it at number 2. I'm a real fan.
That's not what you said, though.
I'm a real fan.
But damn. So good pick, Blake.
No, it's not.
So
I love Luke's realization.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna pick some like Wong Kar-wai movie or something. I'm like, no.
Oh, Wong Kar-wai.
It's on my draft.
It's on my draft number 2. Wait, which one?
Oh, we probably don't have the same one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I need to rewatch it. I need to rewatch it.
You don't have to worry about Wong for me. That's all.
We know. That's why I was facing Blake when I was saying that.
But these next 2 picks for me, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I feel like these are both on your guys' list, so I don't know which one to pick first.
I know which one you're gonna pick. One of the ones you're gonna pick.
I feel like I know what he's gonna pick.
Blake is the one that's in the stealing mood more.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I feel like I need to pick this
Blake's
one
the
first.
anarchist here.
Yeah, Blake is the one that's stealing first, so I'm picking My Neighbors the Yamadas.
Oh,
I had to. I mean, this is a very, very high movie for me.
Yes.
But I had to go a little higher than I probably would have just because of the Blake
Takaha has another one, so that's okay. But
he does? Which one?
He has 2 more than in this decade.
No, Gravehouse is 80s.
Wait, which are the other 2?
I'm not saying yet.
Well, he can't pick
Luke's
another
not
one.
gonna pick
I'm not going to pick it.
Wow. He has only Yesterday and Pompoko from this decade.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, damn.
Yes,
He kind of went off.
Yeah, he went off.
Except for the thing is that I was not going to pick those other 2.
Yeah.
This is like a...
I knew that you were going to... I knew that this was definitely higher in your
Yes,
draft board,
this is definitely way higher for me. Because, like, I mean... Just the... Like, honestly, just the use of haiku alone in this movie is kind of just... Like... Honestly, if any movie did it, I would love it, let alone an animation. But, like, the fact that it's just, like, the animation style works for it so well.
Yes.
And, like, the way he kind of connects these disjointed stories, like, through the animation alone. Like, it's literally the only thing really connecting, like, the kind of stories is the animation style, which is literally true almost. Because, like, the stories don't really connect. They
don't connect at all unless you're just taking the grand story of a family.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Yes.
Which is the animation, you know,
Yes.
almost like the way to tell the story of an animation family. But yeah, once again, we talked about this on the episode, an earlier episode, so I don't want to go too much. But was this your highest too? For the highest?
This is my highest of the decade.
Okay,
yes.
Good. I'm glad.
My highest Ghibli movie of the decade. Yes.
No, dude, it's kind of like. I think at the end of the day, I even might prefer this over Kaguya. It's kind of like what I'm in the mood for. It's shorter. It may be a little shorter.
It's like shorter and less.
But it's just like it's kind of what the kind of movies I prefer at the end of the day is like.
Yeah.
Not too high or low, you know, in a certain sense. Like they're kind of just like in the in-between zone, but there's not too many dramatic moments or vice versa. Like the most dramatic moment is the most dramatic moment is one of the best scenes in the movie is when she gets lost in the mall.
Yes,
that's
like, also the very beginning.
But it's like the rest of the family is like way more worried about her than she is. Like
she's helping another.
Yeah, she's helping someone else. Yeah, oh, it's so good. But no,
I'm not lost. My family's lost.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Good pick.
All right, we're back. Oh yeah, it's my 3rd pick. Oh yeah, I get both picks. Fuck, I totally forgot about that. Damn, I was like making such a big deal of that and stuff.
Yeah, that's
all right. I'm taking Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, I knew that was
That's on my board too.
Okay, good. It's not my favorite Kubrick, but it could be in a certain it's like most Kubrick.
On some days, it's my favorite Kubrick.
Yeah.
Honestly, maybe most days. I'm not gonna lie.
And I kind of like how, because normally when I think of Kubrick, I think of like grand, you know, like big. So, in a certain way, like being a huge Kubrick head, the fact that like I love The Killing and this movie because they're almost opposite of that in a way. Like Eyes Wide Shut's set, like you can clearly tell New York City's not New York City, right? Yeah. It's like clearly a set.
It's like a dream, like kind of like almost like something's
but
wrong.
But it's small. That's kind of what I love about it.
It's like intimate.
It's like, but it's still gorgeous at the same time.
Literally, I don't think any film has like captured like the Christmas like vibe.
Well, maybe
feeling.
Maybe
like
the fact that Christmas can also be creepy.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that.
Because like Christmas is usually just like that mysterious, it's a wonderful time.
The mysterious Christmas vibe. I don't know.
Yeah,
no other movie feels this way. Just in general, maybe.
Okay, I don't want to say that because I'm sure there's some noir movies you could find where it's got like this kind of vibe.
I think the winter and like the Christmas lights too play.
No,
like
especially
there's something to this that's very unique.
Like when he's in that jazz bar. Like that shot of the lights behind him, it's just disgusting.
It's like
well, that's what I'm saying though. But it's like most of Kubrick's movies are like huge. You know, that's why you're like, oh my god, this is a movie. But then it's like this one is like more smaller.
I just want to live like in this movie in a way.
Yeah,
but like kind of not.
But like the grand moments are also kind of creepy because like one of the grand moments in the movie is like when Cruz is like confused. Like confusedly walks into like obviously the big event that's going on with the piano and shit.
Well, just the piano chord is like dun, dun, dun. I love that. That also does it, but also like I think my favorite scene in the movie is literally just like the scene with him and the Ziegler guy, just like him like at the pool table when he's like just like there's really not much to that scene, but like because of the context of the movie before it, it's like this guy's fucking serious the way he's talking, like the way like the shit he's talking about, it's like Sidney Pollack,
also
amazing performance in this movie. Like
it just has so many like obviously it had this is true with I guess a lot of Kubrick movies where it has all these like weirdo conspiracy guys that want to take it the wrong way.
Oh yeah, it's like
but to me like the two most interesting parts of the movie is like in a way like especially like, I think I rewatched this last year actually or maybe 2 years ago, but like there was like two things that stood out. Was first is this is in a way this is Nicole Kidman's movie, or kind of like almost like Nicole Kidman being like the idea of like a woman or Nicole Kidman being too overpowering for like a male.
It's the presence of absence.
Yes. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. In a way. Yeah. Because like it's like that. It's like that kind of nightmare he has or he keeps having of like Nicole Kidman with that sailor.
But it's like a nightmare, but it could be a fantasy too.
It could be a fantasy. Well, it's both in a way.
Yeah. Both. Yeah.
But it's that kind of thing that's driving this whole movie. That idea of her like having this kind of sexual life that he's never even thought of. Really, And
it's also it's also hilarious too.
Well, that's exactly my second part is like why I think all the conspiracy people are kind of stupid when they view it in that lens is like I think the whole point of that movie, the second half of this movie, is like I think Kubrick was pointing out like there are elites like this or want to be like this.
Yeah.
But he's kind of saying that they're stupid. This is all dumb. Like it's all a show.
So funny.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom Cruise holding up his
like they're taking all this stuff seriously, but when you see what they're actually doing, it's just like a sex party.
Dude,
and, all this,
and also Tom Cruise holding up his medical badge like it's a police badge. It's so funny. Like
because like it's so good at being like funny, but at the same time hinting at these kind of like very seedy aspects of rich people. Like. Those like those two that girl he sees in that costume shop just like randomly,
It's like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like what is this?
And it's like nothing like.
Owner that clearly is way too like obviously he's in this underworld, but
and like nothing's resolved too.
Yes,
which is the best one of the best parts about it. Like,
which is why conspiracy people love it. Because they can take it. But
but
it's also the reason why people like us love the movie because we can also take it different places. But yeah, Eyes Wide Shut. I'm glad I got these two picks because I was nervous about I wasn't gonna get these two. So. All right, Blake, back to you.
All right, my next one's gonna be Face Off. This one should be obvious, also.
Oh shit, this is decade?
No, it's 98.
Yeah, why didn't I put this down? What am I doing?
I don't know.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. I went to my. Okay, I know why. I forgot to add to my favorite films list, and I went off of that to start.
Damn.
There's like 3 movies I still need to add.
That's why I just went to my films list and rated.
Yeah, me too.
I probably should. I don't know why I didn't do that.
But that's why I was saying I need to update all the ones I don't agree with.
Oh, that's so stupid.
These decades draft.
I mean, I wouldn't have gotten it anyway.
Yeah, you wouldn't have gotten it anyway.
Yeah, it was not getting past you two.
Yeah. I mean, Face Off.
No, I didn't even put it on my list because I knew Blake was going to pick this. I would feel kind of bad picking this.
Right after we did it. I mean, I'm watching John Woo's various movies. So it honestly is my favorite Sundays. Also, like this, The Killer, and A Better Tomorrow. They like exchange places based on the day, but yeah, we did a whole 3-hour long episode on that.
Yeah, we just talked about this in like
great film, masterpiece.
Ridiculous people don't like it, honestly.
Honestly, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I think by nature.
He's gonna steal something from me.
I'm stealing something from Dany. Yeah.
Okay.
From Dany.
Let's go.
Dreams.
I figured
I need to rewatch this, man.
We gonna pick that soon.
I mean, it was gonna be up. It's kind of
okay.
Soon, I have a
honestly. This is a good place for it here because I fucking love this movie. Like, I think this movie's incredible. It's like this and High and Low are like my two favorite.
I will say though, and this will make sense in a little bit. I'm kind of glad you picked it though.
Okay.
But, okay.
I'm interested why I said that, but I mean, it's real because this is a movie of Akira Kurosawa. Basically, it's a vignette structured movie where he's recreating his dreams, and like I love it because it's like there's obviously like probably like themes or like there's obviously stuff you can like read into in these dreams, but like in a very like I would say presentation type way, it's like you don't really like there's something about them that I guess it's like they're almost like they're like some of them are creepy, some of them are like honestly like life affirming, but it's like it's not like in an obvious way. It's like it's like almost like a different language in a way. It's kind of how I think about it. I don't know what you would define that as, but like
dream language.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's a good way to say it. Like it's infinitely fast. It's like a movie I just like I could always come back to.
Is there a favorite dream of yours in this?
Okay, it's probably between two.
I'll put you on the spot, but
when he sees the soldiers in the tunnel, one.
Oh,
or the final one with like the wind, the river village, and like Shishiryu's in there.
Yes.
It's like and he's like,
Shishiiryu. You're like, okay,
the ending. Okay, maybe that's my favorite one.
That might be my favorite too.
Also, the opening one I love because
the opening one is
like creepy.
The opening one is maybe my favorite.
Wait, what?
Still, so.
When the mom scolds the kid, he goes to the forest.
Why is that creepy?
No.
That's like literally my favorite.
No, he goes to the forest and sees the people, and like the way they're like marching and they turn. It's like, but it's beautiful too at the same time. It's like
I was gonna say that's. All of them are great.
All of them are great.
Yeah, damn. There's like
I have this in 4K now.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Okay,
I bought the 4K. I bought the 4K.
You gotta wait,
Criterion, so. Yeah.
They released 4K?
I'm pretty sure they have a 4K.
Of course, Ryan have the Blu-ray.
I have a Blu-ray too.
Well, you have to let me borrow. At least I'll have to rip it.
Yeah, I have a 4K.
This one. Well, we have to rewatch on.
Watch on Saturday.
Okay, I'm down.
Wait, what's your favorite dream though?
Mine. I was gonna say that Peachtree one. Like, there's certain like phrases.
Oh, the tree. Okay, yeah.
But it might be. Martin Scorsese.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Him running through paintings, literally. Running through Van Gogh paintings.
Yeah.
All of them, it's just, to me, the reason why this movie is, like, my favorite in a lot of ways is, it kind of is, like, you kind of have to be already a fan of Kurosawa at this point.
Maybe, yeah. I
like,
guess.
maybe not. Maybe
I'm interested to see.
Not necessarily,
maybe,
but it definitely adds a lot, because it's like, oh, damn, I'm getting to see literally, like, just like direct dreams from this great director. It's not through a story or it's not through
from a very painterly director too.
Yes, exactly. And it feels like he got the budget to actually do it. I'm pretty sure this is funded by like Spielberg, Coppola, kind of that crew, like Lucas and stuff.
Yeah, Lucas, I think sure.
Like those guys. Back when they had sway like that, they had motion like that.
Yeah.
No, but it is great. I'm so glad they did get this movie.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
No.
He was almost blind too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Which is even more insane. Like,
he was going blind.
For all his color movies, I think, too. He was like...
And that's kind of... I mean, maybe that's why it's like... You were saying it feels more like its own language. Yeah. That's kind of why I like it. It's like... Yeah. It feels more direct to me. It feels like more... That's why I was saying... Like, maybe you could obviously like this movie and not know Kurosawa at all.
Yeah.
But, like, to me, like, it just adds so much more because, like, oh, damn, like, these are his own dreams. And he even says that, like...
This is, like...
And, like, you said the presentation part, like, he's not trying to be any more, He's not trying to be, these are my dreams, and, oh, this is what it means.
He's never trying to be...
Except for maybe the volcano one.
Yeah.
Where it's so clearly obvious. But... At the same time, I think like those are his own worries.
Yeah, it's really a nightmare. Really,
yes, exactly.
Along with these other ones, but it honestly might be like, if I had to like try and make like a top 10 like best looking movies, like this would have to be on there.
It's definitely out there.
It's
especially for great, like the grand, huge, like kind of scale. Oh like God. I would love to watch this.
Like the widescreen, like
oh my God.
Like
imagine getting
the compositions are just like absurd. Like how the hell do you do this?
But see, that's true with all Kurosawa.
Exactly.
That's why I'm like,
this one is like I don't know. It's a different level.
I mean, Kagemusha, Ron.
I mean, even Redbeard, dude. Remember the blocking in that?
Redbeard's
good. Those like tight rooms.
High and low.
High and low. Yeah, that's what he is.
That's
literally what Kurosawa is.
But I don't know, the color with this one is like...
Even though he's got some like... he's always been amazing with color and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Once again, I point to Ron and Kagemusha.
But even like Dodas Khan and... What am I... Darso Ozawa.
Oh, Darso Ozawa.
but yeah, we're just gonna like name Chris all movies right now.
Okay, but I got another.
You got another pick.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Since Blake picked my side pick, I'll go with the backup side pick, which is obviously a masterpiece still. The Whole.
I knew we were talking about both of these today.
Yeah. So obviously I love musicals.
Yes.
I love sci.
Yes.
Put those two together. It's like this is my
perfect
jam.
movie.
I mean, yeah. It's what I mean. We kind of already touched on it earlier, I guess. But like, I just love Psy's way of doing musicals because it's like very much homage, but it's doing it in his own way still. Like you could tell he has an actual appreciation for the craft of like a musical, but he's still doing it in his own like distinct style and distinct method. Like especially in this movie, like I kind of think of it like obviously like the choreography is like very much like old Hollywood, you could say. Like there's definitely like moments of that. But he's like it's like the background is all like it's like this like dirty like Taiwanese like apartment building. It's so crazy, but
this building that's about to be torn down.
Yeah, it's like there's cockroaches everywhere and shit. Like
people are cockroaches.
Yeah, people are turning into like honestly, yeah, and goddamn, this movie like the ending too is like one of the most beautiful.
No, it's another movie that's basically about dreams too, like how dreams are an escape from this reality we live in. So.
Or music as well.
Music too.
Yes, music in general is an escape from reality. Because like, no, it really because you just bring that up made me think of like just some of the Bollywood movies I've seen because I know, especially after seeing I Don't Sleep Alone at Night. I don't want to sleep. I don't want to. I like combine like three. I don't know what. I combine like 3 different movies.
It took the long way to get there.
I don't want to sleep alone, but like yeah, the fact that he uses 2 Bollywood movies or 2 Tamil songs actually in that. I know he's seen some and I think I read an interview like he mentions like old Bollywood movies.
I know that he's mentioned Hanuman.
Yes, in like old Bollywood stuff.
Yeah,
I remember that. But because that kind of normally musicals, like especially in Western musicals, like they want to make the musical part of the narrative, right? Like they're singing like almost at the same time, and almost like at least for most part, you don't get like the disjointed. Okay, the scene ends, and now all of a sudden there's like this random musical number, and then all of a sudden we're back to like this normal narrative.
Yeah.
But like in Bollywood, that is like the normal musical.
Yeah,
It's like all the musical, the music just comes out of almost abrupt. All of a sudden, just almost right. Like the music has to be there, And it almost feels like the whole is kind of like that in a way. But it's like that's kind of think how Sai saw. At least that's how I see it in the movie. That's how my reading is like. That's how he sees music in general, or even films.
Well, music's a great way to express emotions you have hidden too. So,
but like even in like these apartments, you can just put on your headphones and kind of forget where you are. In a certain sense, like or movies too, the same way. But maybe Sai might like music more. I don't know. Like even though he never uses music that much after this, really.
No, but we know he could if he wanted to with Rebels.
Not your favorite score though, apparently. Remember?
That's my favorite score because
you like the John Woo one better though.
The which one?
Oh yeah.
Which Better Tomorrow. You said you like Better Tomorrow better.
That's not. It's hard to choose. That was amazing.
But
that was amazing.
No, the Whole's a great movie. Honestly, it might be like if I was someone asking, like trying to get someone to decide, it might be the first one I pick for them.
This or Rebels probably.
Yeah, those two. Honestly, this one's like kind of more fun though.
Yeah, but this one it definitely is slower than Rebels. Definitely is like fastest paced probably.
Yeah.
He only got slower from there. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, he really just gets slower and slower. We love him for it.
That was his closest semblance to an actual movie. So.
Yeah, good point. But yeah.
All right, Blake your number.
My number 4. I am wow. I'm all Asian right now.
Oh yeah,
not surprising.
Really?
Well, Face Off is American.
Here comes another one.
It's American.
It's a Hollywood movie.
It's a Hollywood movie.
America takes credit.
So here comes another one. Johnny Toe's The Mission.
That's not surprising.
It's not surprising. It's my favorite Johnny Toe movie to this point.
I watched it. Interesting.
I mean, I watched it like basically back to back. I think I gave it like 4 days, and I was like, okay, it's time again. I mean, it's only 84 minutes of just like pure awesome. Like it's just like 5 guys being dudes for 84 minutes. It's amazing. So.
Have you not seen this, Luke?
No. I don't think
you have to watch this because like I actually, you guys have heard the Sleazoids podcast?
Yeah,
Joshua, definitely a famous letterboxer, but he did an episode on this recently that I was listening to. Yeah, it was pretty good too. But he was mentioning They even mentioned Howard Hawks on the episode because as like the type of hangout movie where it's like
okay.
Like the narrative is an excuse to just have these guys hang out at the end of the day. You know? But like that's what this movie goes to the extreme. Sorry, I'm trying to interrupt you, but you reminded me of that. It was like, especially that scene, like the iconic scene of them by the pool. You know, where like all 5 of them in the line, just like. You almost forget, like, you almost like don't want them to go. Like you're almost like them in terms of you don't want them to go back on the job. You know, you just want them to be in these kind of like in between moments of like almost being bored on the job.
It's just like why can't you guys just have fun?
Yeah.
Just have fun for 80 minutes.
Yeah. Well, they do. I mean, like the best. One of my favorites is like also when they're kicking that ball around the paper ball in the office. Oh my god.
It's just the best character building, man. Like just male bonding. I don't know. Johnny Toad's amazing.
But like, I don't want to undersell the action too. Though.
No,
because like.
No, that just the fucking mall scene alone is just like that's obviously the main. I think that's
the one at least.
I think that's the main set piece, but there's so many just amazing set pieces still too. It's just like
just the way that one's filmed though is just so good.
Just their escape from the mall. You need to watch this movie, Luke. It's so good.
Okay, that sounds good.
And only less than 90 minutes for sure. 84
No, it's
minutes.
84. Yeah.
Goddamn.
It's just on
like efficiency.
It really is though, because like you care about these men so much in like 84 minutes, and the ending is just perfect for this type of movie. Like literally perfect.
It leaves you going like, what the fuck, but also in a good way.
And in the best way.
Yeah. Yes. And the reason I would recommend that Sleeves Always is, I mean, obviously we're not doing a Johnny Toe episode right now, but like they get into kind of like how the movie was made. Like apparently it was made in like 15 days or something. Yeah. And like if you kind of watch the movie, you kind of see like. The movie's kind of about the making of the movie into like just these guys because like, they were saying how like this was like Johnny Toe's first really like he was kind of giving almost complete control of the movie in the 99. They say his first full control Milky Way movie. So you kind of see like these kind of guys kind of being like these are what the crew felt like while they were making the movie itself, you know. And movies like that are always cool. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But
because he made so many movies before '99 too. It's insane.
Yeah, he did. But like, you can tell a lot of them are more studio.
No,
like, even though he probably had like some control. You can obviously tell the Johnny.
An amount of control. Yes.
Yeah. No, he's such a great director too.
He is. He's literally for the amount of movies he's made, he's the most consistent director I've ever seen. Like the amount of movies he has that I've seen that are just great. Whenever they really have no right to be. You read the synopsis, you're like, there's no way this is good. And then you watch it, you're like, holy shit.
And dude, I haven't even seen, I don't know how many you've seen, but I haven't seen any of his rom-coms yet.
I haven't seen any of his rom-coms yet.
With the fact that he has like a whole genre we haven't seen yet, and I've seen like 14 of his movies.
Yeah, I think I've seen 18.
Yeah.
Or maybe like 15, I can't remember, but it's a lot.
But for my next pick, this is someone that rivals what you're going to say in terms of the consistency of great movies he made. Eric Rohmer's A Tale of Autumn. None of you guys have seen this, right?
I have not seen this movie.
Oh my gosh. This is probably my favorite Rohmer. Like, and it was kind of coincidental, but I actually watched this like a couple weeks ago, so it kind of fit perfectly. But the fact that Eric Rohmer was one of the oldest of the new wave, he was kind of like a little generation above like Godard. Like,
oh really?
He was kind of like in his 40s, I think. But when they were like late 30s, 40s, by the time he had started, versus them like in their 20s, obviously. Yeah. But Tale of Autumn came out in 1998. Like, he basically made movies as long as Godard did, but no one really talks about it. Because like he even made a movie in like 2010 or 2008 or something like that. I think that was his last movie.
I mean, Truffaut would have done that, but he died like.
Oh yeah, they definitely all would have. Like Chipotle was definitely making movies pretty late too. Yeah, Triple H was 2004.
I think Rivette made movies in the 2000s as well.
No. 2004 was his last movie. Never mind. Triple H. I guess he made some shorts after that, but.
He made his 2000 basically.
But to me, I haven't seen the ones after Tale of Autumn, which is 1998. But we did the Green Ray on this podcast, so you guys remember how great Marie Riviere is, basically the lead. But she's one of the leads in this one too. Mm-hmm. And in a way, it's kind of like, he obviously the characters aren't the same, but like he obviously by using the same actors, and he lets them obviously like in a way just like by them letting them act on their own, he lets them control so much of their scenes. Like it feels like a continuation. You just can't help but think of like these are like older versions of those people in a way, you know, like more mature versions and stuff. But one of my favorite things about Rohmer is, like I was kind of saying earlier, I don't like movies that go really high or low. You know, they can kind of stay in between. But like that's like, especially this movie, but most of Rohmer's movies are like that. They're all kind of just like they're just like they all feel like just casual conversations. They're just like normal everyday events.
It's just so breezy. It's like so easy.
But at the same time, the characters in them take it very seriously.
Oh yeah.
You know, which is why I love like that kind of distinction.
Yes.
And like this one's about this woman who's like basically she wants to find a husband, but she doesn't want to sign up for she doesn't want to use like the newspaper to find a husband or anything. She wants it to happen by chance,
okay.
But so she doesn't want to go looking for it, but she still wants it to happen, you know, kind of thing. Damn. Like a classic Romer like situation.
Yeah.
He would have a heyday in today's day and age with like
online dating. That's literally part of the reason why I love this movie because it feels so like relevant, you know, like just with online dating and stuff. But yeah, like but then the main like another Romer aspect is like the way he gets drama in it is like he has these like Marie Riviere is one of them. She's trying to find a husband for her. And then there's also this like younger woman who's like kind of like in her. I think she's like just out of high school. She's also trying to find a husband for her. So like these two competing women trying to find a husband for this one woman, and it just kind of goes from there. But yeah, just a gorgeous movie. Like he also like you can tell he pays really attention to the sunlight he uses in this movie. Like the way I think it's all filmed like either like this afternoon kind of evening-ish sunlight. You can kind of tell like. And it's probably filmed during the autumn too, but you can tell like all these scenes he wants at a certain kind of light because he wants it all to feel the same, you know. So it's like literally feels like a Tale of Autumn, you know. Because if you look at the pictures I post on Twitter, you can kind of tell like all the light is exactly the same. It's so good. But yeah, Tale of Autumn, I highly recommend. I know you watched Four Adventures.
Oh, that's probably my favorite Romer.
Okay, so far.
So far there's a lot.
You know that's pretty much tied for this one.
But, it's incredible.
Alright, I guess I have another pick now. Tale of Autumn. Pull my list up. Alright, I'm going with this. I would have had Kiarostami higher if you hadn't picked through the olive trees, but I know I could have made this till now, so I'm going with Close Up.
Yeah.
This is tied. Like, to me, this is, like, even though I maybe like Through the Olive Tree a little more, it actually makes sense to pick this first, because this was like a breakthrough movie for me in some ways, you know.
Honestly, this is one of the first.
In terms of like, I'd already been watching movies at some point. Let me actually check what the first year I watched this movie was. Might make sense a little more.
Honestly,
October 2017, so pretty early. Like when I first started watching movies, but like because this was definitely like one of the first foreign movies I kind of watched.
This was
where you're like,
too, you're
kind of like skeptical, like they kind of look boring, just like, being honest and stuff. Like,
and honestly,
if your only interaction is with Hollywood, like slower movies are going to look boring.
And I remember the first time I watched, I was skeptical because like I was like. Because like the first, like it's like he like immediately opens like because like of course in the Kiarostami way it's like people just having long conversations like in cars and shit. It's
yes.
But then
and like this is also like another thing that most like a classic blockbuster wants you to know what's going on from the beginning, right? And like Kiarostami's the exact opposite. He doesn't want you to know what's going on. You kind of have to figure it out, you know.
Yeah.
But like but why I say it's such a big deal because it was one of those movies where I was kind of hesitant going in, but then when going out, like it hit me so hard.
My God.
Like, the fact that
I almost like to heaven,
yes,
like,
and the fact that I felt something for like such an international movie that I thought was going in hesitant, like the fact that it kind of like blew me away like it did. It was like a huge thing for me. Like just the confusing nature it kind of gives you at the end, like I mean, wait, is this real or is he acting? And then like you're going googling after, like, is this like real?
Yeah.
Like,
but then, I did that the first time, but it's like a slow transition for me. Why I think that moment is so beautiful is that it doesn't matter.
Yes,
really.
No, but that's the kind of confusing nature of film, right? You're like, that's like your point is the bigger point, which is what people should get from it. But, but it takes a long time to get there, right? It's like, why do I have these feelings? Like, if this is all fake, why does it feel so real?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like even the fact that he's even pointing it out, you know, or that last, and then just like
the music and like,
and then this is another part. It's just like the beauty of an image too, like without trying to explain it.
The final freeze frame.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, just like that red flower just stands out.
Or,
you know,
red because Maxim Magdalov calls it red, and then he brings the pink one.
Is it pink the one he's holding?
Pink,
oh, it's pink. Okay, you're right. It just stands out.
God level cinema.
Yes,
yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah. All right.
Blake still hasn't seen it.
Nope. That is crazy.
That honestly, how have you not seen this already? Like,
you gotta watch this.
I haven't seen a lot of Kiarostami.
First Iran, probably.
I've seen some Panahi also, but not a lot. So
it's only like it's like 90 minutes. You know? It's amazing.
No, I do.
Also, the cam shot.
Movies.
Oh yes,
I think that's the moment where I was like, oh, okay, wait, hold on.
Because doesn't he does he pan or cut up to like a plane? going up all of a sudden too. Like there's like a shot of a plane just all of a sudden like going up, and he just hangs on it too. And I still remember that.
Was that this movie?
Yeah, it's this movie.
Okay, well,
it might be the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
Really?
The same part.
Okay, I just love just the way he just like holds on the camera. Just like
yes. Just like stuff like that. Like, you're not supposed to do that in a movie.
Yeah, like he's like it's like breaking the rule, like rules of narrative. Really.
But yeah, close up.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to another movie that's about what is reality. In the Mouth of Madness, John Carpenter. I mean, I think we have done this movie on a podcast episode as well. It is still my favorite John Carpenter movie, and I do love John Carpenter, but it really is my favorite because of reasons we've said before, but mostly because it is like questioning what reality is, and it's really kind of about like how films really make it like really question reality too, because like it's kind of like what Dany was saying with Close Up, like what is real, what is not, why am I feeling these things if everything I'm watching on screen is fake, basically. But yeah, it's just In the Mouth of Madness makes you think things like that, except it's like in this Cthulhu vein, which is even better, but not better but different. But
in the Mouth of Madness did that like from a more like literary perspective, I guess, because they like usually like literally uses the book.
Yes.
Like oh yeah, no, it does a good job of that same thing, that same idea, honestly. Putting in the horror genre. No, I love it.
We talked about it a lot, though.
We did talk
in the Mouth of Madness.
I feel like we've mentioned it a few different times.
We have. We've done Carpenter a good bit. So.
Yeah. Favorite Carpenter, you said?
Mm-hmm. It still is.
All right, Luke.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite.
Number 5.
Yeah, you picked a genre already. Okay. I don't think anything else of mine is gonna get picked, so I'm just gonna start kind of going down. I'll pick Shortcuts here, directed by Robert Altman. We did this on the podcast, but to kind of put it briefly, it's just like it's very much like it's honestly it's a fascinating movie because it's obviously like the typical Altman fashion where he's like, you know, there's a lot of characters, he's like moving from story to story, they're like kind of interconnected and not. But there's something way he like flows through it all, and like just like the different like kind of like lessons, but not really lessons. It's like it's just really like the different like kind of lives he puts. I just love so much. I think Altman's really good at doing that. It's just because he's so laid back. It's almost like in a way it's like God's eye view in a way of something. But I don't know if that's the best way to describe it. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this movie that just like. There's dramatic parts, but it's like
his Magnolia.
Okay, stop it. That's not it. But and the fact that like you kind of see all these like selfish and like parts of all these people, like their flaws, you know, the good in them, but like and just the fact that like through all of that, like the end, it's just like there is no like kind of like you know, wrapping a bow conclusion. It's just like. This is just what life is, really, and I love that about it. But yeah, goes into our episode on it.
All right, what's your other one?
Oh yeah, I got to pick another one now. I'll go ahead and pick Chungking Express, directed by Wong Kar-wai. This movie, I love Wong Kar-wai. Sometimes Dany can be a hater on him, but I don't agree.
He's a listener Hong Kong director.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
He
whisper that because I still love
him. I love just like I guess I just love how he films like longing. I guess I find it very fascinating, and especially with this film, it's like how he's like how he deals with like I guess just love in a way, like how in a way it's like. Love just it's a very like kind of similar to me in a way, maybe a bit more like melancholic or openly melancholic than to me, where he's like kind of like love being like chance, but like kind of how love being like very much like a chance thing, and how like kind of like flimsy it is, but like and the good and bad things about that, and the way he kind of traverses these two stories of it, like. These two stories are like in this like grand scheme of Hong Kong, but like these like stories by chance are also connected to each other by chance, and that's just like kind of the nature of it all. And that's the best way I can describe it. It's It's an incredible film, though. A lot of
it's been a while since I've seen that.
It's been a while since I've seen Chongqing as well.
You know, it's like you kind of fall in love with her in the movie. It's such a fascinating thing. It's like
she looks
and Tony
very
you fall in love with
cool.
Tony Leung too.
She looks very.
You fall in love with everyone in this fucking movie. God damn.
I mean, that's part of his camera.
Honestly, the way you looked at what you said that is like,
who's the
like
derogatory.
Oh no, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not setting that up for you.
His camera.
Have you seen it in 4K yet?
No.
Damn. Wait, is the box set that's 4K or is it just Blu-ray?
I think it's just Blu-ray.
Okay, never mind then. I couldn't remember if it was just Blu-ray or if it was 4K also,
but yeah, incredible movie.
It's not my favorite Wong Kar-wai, but I also.
I mean, it's probably not my. It's definitely not my favorite.
I don't know.
I think his 2000s work, like specifically In the Mood for Love and 2046. At least on first watch, I need to revisit some. Those two are probably my favorites, but
my favorite, I don't think I'm gonna pick. But it is Happy Together, but I don't think.
Fallen Angels also came out this decade.
Fallen Angels is a vibe movie.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, but
Blake, your pick, number 6.
I think I'll go ahead and take my Takahata now. I'll take Only Yesterday. My second favorite Takahata. One of Ghibli's best fucking movies. We also did an episode, obviously, on this one, but what Dany said about haiku and My Neighbors the Yamadas basically do that with Hungarian music for me in this movie, but or just Eastern European music in general in this movie. Because I love his use of Eastern European specifically like Hungarian.
It's not the same level,
but
it's not the same level as Only Yesterday, where it's like
whenever that sun is rising above the hilltops and they're working the fields in the morning to that. Music. It's so
it's amazing
good.
in the movie, but like it's not the same.
And the drives with the Hungarian music.
I'm not disagreeing.
Oh my god, it's so good. But Only Yesterday, it's a really great movie because it's showing city. Like I know we've talked about this obviously, but my favorite part is like it's showing how city people long for something like the countryside, but whenever they get there, it's like we long for it, but if you're actually there in the environment, you might not actually long for it as much as you think, even though like, because even like what we consider country life and wild is still cultivated human activity. It's not actually the wilderness like people think.
I think
it's
he makes that point.
He makes that point.
All this is man-made.
All of it, yeah. And so like, it's just like really great in that way, but it's also showing like, if you do love it that much, then some people, you can choose to stay like that. I mean, like, you can have change in your heart like that. Love changes everything. But no, I do love Only Yesterday.
Definitely, it's like, it feels like it's the most realistic movie in some ways, or the realist movie, you know?
And I
like
do love
it doesn't have magical
it's just like,
well,
it's got the flashbacks and the dreams and stuff.
Yes, but even those aren't like magical at all. They're just...
It's more like...
They're still straightforward dreams. Like
they're straightforward like memories, but the memories aren't like straightforward and when they come. It's like it's like she's seeing things and then this random memory pops in her head, and then we go like watch the memory. It's fucking amazing. I mean, Only Yesterday's Takahata's one of my favorite Takahata's. It's not my favorite, but
it's a great.
It's movie. In the same tier as the other two that are. So.
All right, my number 6 is gonna be Money Calls Natsar, or in English, The Gays.
I don't think I've heard of this.
You haven't seen this? This is his Gentle Creature, or Gentle...
Oh, okay. I've seen the poster for this.
Like, honestly, you guys should both see this.
I haven't seen it.
Because it's like, it's not my favorite Money Call, and it's funny because I rewatched this yesterday. And it's for the same kind of reasons, A Gentle Creature is not my favorite song, because like normally both of these directors are kind of they're honestly like the masters of rhythm in a lot of ways. Like their movies flow like perfectly, but on purpose, like just based on what the story is. Like the whole point of the story, if you guys remember Gentle Creature, is like this guy like looking back on his memory on like what was real and what was not of like his time with his wife and like why she killed herself. You know, it's like the whole point of it is like disjuncted memories and
unreliable narrator.
Yeah, unreliable narrator. Like you don't know if you're watching a memory or real time or whatever, but. Money Call does it in like a complete different way than Bresson, just like with his camera, and like obviously I always mention Money Call, but we've never done an episode on him yet. But
we did Money Clay.
We did Money Clay, but it's still a great movie. Like, just like I don't know how to say it, but the way he uses lines, like if you just look at his images itself, like the way he actually. Like, if you don't even watch the story of his movies, like, you don't have to pay attention at all. If you just watch, literally, his images on the screen, like, what's going on, literally, you'll see, like, there's they're some of the most beautiful you'll ever see because like the way he like when I say lines, I literally mean that like lines across the screen. You know, and like the way they like he'll have different like different planes basically. Like the way a line can create a different plane all of a sudden on a screen literally, and like how his camera will slowly. Like one thing I noticed this time, because I'll go into detail on money calls obviously eventually, but like one thing I noticed, I remember mentioning with Bresson how I said how like one of the way Bresson likes do something efficiently is like he maybe you can call it like a 2-for-1 shot where he'll like have a shot on a character, and then instead of cutting to a new character, he'll just move the camera to that new shot. It might be a wider shot, etc. But Money Call does that basically better than anyone, really. Where like you think his camera's like moving, just kind of like floating, but it's like very exact. But it feels floating. You know, that's what a lot of his movies feel like. But no, I'll definitely get into that eventually. But have either of you seen this?
Damn.
Oh,
No.
Damn. So
gotta make us do it.
Yeah, I'm just talking to the void here again. Yeah. Money Call's the gays. And if you honestly understood anything about Money Call, like too. Like the fact that he has a movie called The Gays, which is like about seeing, you know, like that's literally his whole thing. Like, how do we see? What are we seeing? You know, that kind of thing. And obviously, that's a big part of memory too. So, and Money Call also did, because you know Dostoevsky wrote The Idiot. Money Call also did a Idiot movie. It's actually a TV series, like 5 episodes, but it's basically like a movie. Pretty early too. So,
You watch it?
Yeah, I've seen it once.
Is it good?
It's good. I need to watch it again. It's like pretty long. So.
Not better than the book.
No, but
Wow, he thinks
do you know who Shah Rukh Khan is? Do you know who Shah Rukh Khan is? He's a famous Indian actor.
If I saw a picture, maybe not by name.
Yeah, he's like a really famous Indian Bollywood actor, but like one of his first movies is in this role as the idiot. Yeah, he was like really young in it, so it's kind of funny. But
it feels like The Idiot's just so hard to like actually like make for the screen.
It is, yeah. Because have you seen Kurosawa's?
No, I think I watched like half of it and then I stopped because
I
need to go back.
You need to go back and watch. That's crazy. It's
just
good.
so hard. Like
and the second half is way better.
I mean, Bresson did The Idiot pretty well, and I guess the donkey, but he did that specific scene.
Lay off my name, Balthazar, bro.
No, I'm not laying.
No, you called me.
I'm saying he's like an idiot. The idiot compares himself to a donkey. So
No. Donkeys are forever.
Prince Mushkin compares himself to a donkey and says they're the most majestic of creatures. So, and they are.
Yes. I can agree.
I guess I will go with my number 7 pick, which is I know Blake has seen this, so I'm glad he's seen this. But Takashi Kitano's Getting Any.
Oh, I love Getting Any. It's so good.
I mean, I'm kind of picking this because it's in a way my favorite, even though it's definitely not his best of the 90s.
No. There's one that's better. There's at least one that's better.
17.
Yes, that one definitely.
I mean, Kid Return is also
two
amazing.
then also.
Violent Cop is 1989, so I think I picked that in the 80s draft.
You're completely skipping over Fireworks. Hanabi.
Fireworks is one of the lesser ones.
Oh my god, this guy.
Okay, let me talk about Getting Any, because like a lot of people are gonna think this is a crazy pick. Like if they've seen it.
It's crazy to pick it over those other ones.
But at the same time, it's the most Takashi Kitano movie ever made.
It really is.
Like, it's literally, like, even though I can't say that because I haven't fully, I don't know his like TV personality and stuff. So, but at least what I know from it, like, and just you can kind of get these little hints, and even his like kind of crime movies where he has like he's obviously a comedian, you know, just like what he finds funny, like about the underworld and stuff like that. But Getting Any is kind of just like. It feels almost like his dreams in a way. Like it's like you can see what I'm saying.
Yes, I can see the vision.
Yeah, because it's like it's like the most random sketches ever about this guy who's like basically his goal. His basically the goal of his movie is like he's like, and it's by like basically marketing or I don't know how how he becomes convinced. I forget how he gets convinced. I think he watched a commercial or something where this happens, or a movie or something. I think that's what happens at the beginning. But anyway, his whole goal is to have car sex. That's basically the character's goal in the movie,
funny,
and so his that's basically his journey of the movie, and he goes through all these different events, trying to find someone to have car sex with him, and there's like that's just kind of the jumping off point to like that's basically the excuse to kind of go to all these different crazy places Katana goes to, and like it's kind of there in the background, but I do need to watch this a couple more times, kind of like really get my idea on the movie. But I do think he's trying to say something about how like, especially guys, but just people in general interact with movies. You know, like how they kind of treat them as like an escape in general. Because like if you watch the movie, like all these different places or events he goes to, they're almost kind of like different movie sets or like different movie kind of genres or whatever. Like especially towards the end, like Hillary like encounters like a Godzilla like beast, but it's like this huge fly that's
he becomes the Godzilla beast.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, exactly.
Because that's exactly. Like Katano's whole thing is like it's like starting to spoof like classic Hollywood monster movies and shit. And
it does a sci-fi spoof. But I think because that's how he gets the idea of he wants to have car sex is he like watches something where he's like, oh, I want to be like that guy having car sex. Yeah. And so the whole point of the movie is like how we get our ideas, like who we want to be from movies, you know, in a certain sense. But like it's very insane, like
very insane.
That's why. But that's why I love it.
Where he's just like, I still remember this one where it's like he's driving just this broken up car, like it just starts falling apart. And shit.
No, yes,
like,
he does that multiple times. There's like a guy that like. Hillary goes up to guys like, I'm trying to buy a car to have car sex in, like at the dealership and stuff. No, just I just love Takashi Kitano, and to me this is like his most Takashi Kitano movie in some ways. So
it's a great movie. Yeah.
Damn, great.
No,
I thought you were hating on me when I gave it a 4.5. Okay.
I know. I mean, I don't like it more than like Sonatine and Hanabi, but I think it's better than Kikijiro, which I think a lot of people disagree with. So.
Yeah. But alright, that's my number 7. Blake?
Well, fuck. I guess we could just stay Katano. I'll go Hanabi. Right. I love Hanabi. I mean, it's basically any time Katano sets anything at the beach, I kind of love it. I mean, like the end of this movie is basically just set at the beach also. But Sonatine, the entire thing, I'm pretty sure is set at the beach. But I haven't seen Sonatine in probably 6 years, so I need to watch that one again. This one I watched again last year. I mean, it's just like Katano does this. He does this thing better than anyone else where he doesn't like to show violence. He shows like the aftermath of violence and kind of how it affects his characters in the most, and like, I want to say the most sensitive of ways because he understands like the type of feelings that feels like these people are having. And there's just something about his face that gets all the emotions across, even though it's most of the time just blank with these little tics that he's known for. Like, he's a very deadpan actor whenever he's directing, especially. And this movie is very deadpan in general. And it's just like, the ending is still so heartbreaking, though. And it's just like, oh my god, dude. Like, it's just so sad. Like, oh, have you seen it?
No.
I don't think you've seen any Katana.
I haven't seen any Katana.
The ending, it will break your heart. It's so good. But no, Fireworks, I think it's my favorite Katana right now.
Damn.
But I also need to rewatch him because a lot of his I haven't seen in 6 years. And I need to watch more as well, because I think I've only seen like 10, so...
Plus there's a movie came out last year that no one can still watch. Yeah.
Yes, we still can't watch it for some fucking reason, but...
I haven't seen anyone log it either, so...
Blake, don't hate me for this. But I might as well keep a Katana, go Taboo.
Oh, okay. That was on my list.
Okay, I didn't know if I was like stealing that from you. But honestly,
I have others.
This movie definitely has like grown in my mind, especially since like... I've like watched a lot of Oshima since then. Because this was like one of my first Oshima when we did it for the podcast.
Oh,
before.
Really? I didn't realize that was one of your first Oshimas.
Yeah, I mean, this is the last movie, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is.
No, and like, I mean, it's Oshima doing Queer Samurai. Like, what else? But like, no, because of course Oshima is like very much a person who's very critical of kind of Japanese, I guess, society and values and like the code of like, you could say it, nationalism, masculinity in Japan, and like at some point he was bound to do samurai. Like it's just the nature of it, and I think he did this like it's like the way he does it in this movie, like it's like ghostly and like I want I say ghostly and like just like honestly like I would say surrealist maybe at points.
It feels definitely surrealist,
yeah,
especially
it's hard to
the
describe.
Character of I think his name's Saguro.
Yeah,
I think.
But like dealing that with obsession specifically with samurai.
Obsession with desire.
Yeah, and I have to reiterate, queer samurai. Like we like never get this. I feel like.
Well, he does he loves to do, at least the movies I've seen are desires that society looks down upon, basically. Like, he loves to tackle that specific type of obsession and desire, and how like, it's not anything new to today. Because, like, this is something I know that Dany just mentioned, like, Kubi, like, Kitano's movie, that's also something he's tackling in that movie. Like, because Kitano and Oshima are two of the ones that specifically say, like, this happened in history. Like, if you get a bunch of men like this in one place, this is just bound to happen.
And, you know, since you're saying all of that and you still haven't seen Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence,
I know. I need to see it. I even told you I was going to watch it soon because I put it on my priority watch list.
Blake, what are you doing? I'm waiting, dog. It's like your new favorite movie, like, about to, like...
Upcoming favorite movie.
like future favorite, like, one of his favorite movies. But...
I've heard Kubi has some of those themes, too.
No, yeah.
Which makes me really excited to watch it.
You like Taboo too, right?
I like Taboo,
Okay. Yeah.
The ending of that movie is just like so good too. Like it's one of my favorite last shots in cinema. Yeah. Just like
Oshima's late career is very fascinating in general. Like this American Mr. Lawrence, he had some interesting stuff he went up to. Also, the one French movie where the woman like fucks a chimpanzee, that was crazy too. Nowhere near as good as these two. It's like that one's kind of but like. It's an interesting.
She just wants to know why she can't fuck a monkey.
Yeah,
hey.
Or chimpanzee, dog. Come on, there's a difference. I'm joking.
Not selling me on him.
That movie.
He's based on great movies. Great movies. I don't know the Senses. Have you seen Enroll the Senses? No.
I have seen.
That movie's incredible. But I've talked about that before.
But what's your number 8?
Number 8. I'm gonna go A Moment of Innocence. Directed by Mohsen Makhmalbaf, who
okay, another Iranian
fits the theme of Iranian, and you talked about Close Up earlier. But yeah, this one because this came out after, like a few years afterwards. I wonder if he was influenced by the story making, because this is a movie Makhmalbaf made, 78 minutes, so you have no excuse, Danny. You need to watch this. Also free on YouTube. Basically, he kind of is recreating. It's honestly like a documentary narrative hybrid, kind of like Close Up, where he's recreating something from his youth, where as a young radical he stabbed a policeman, basically, and basically he uses I can't remember if he actually has the policeman. I think he might do, but he gets younger actors to recreate it. But in that recreation, kind of like Close Up, it's like it almost brings new truths about it, and it's almost like an apology. It's almost like It's a lot of things. It's a fact, and it's like he's doing all this in like 70 minutes. It's like crazy. It's like it's.
I like the.
And honestly, like, and very similar to Kiarostami. You know, Kiarostami, like his endings were always like some like out of body experience. This one is very similar. I think it's just kind of. I feel like it's just kind of a trait of Iranian cinema. Like they know how to end movies, I guess. Yeah, but like the ending of this one's incredible. But A Moment of Innocence is a great title once you know like the. But yeah, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, you said something about like recreating something, bring something new. I forgot exactly what you said, but no, like that's definitely a theme.
Yeah.
With Kiarostami too, and just.
I mean, yeah, literally Close Up. He did that. Like, I mean, and I guess Through the Olive Trees. Yeah, it's about that. Like,
But
incredible movie.
Like number 8.
My number 8, I'm gonna choose Satan Tango, a movie neither of you has seen, because I understand 7 hours long. I mean, it's a long movie.
Blake had to get his. He had to show that he had seen it. He had to get that in there somewhere.
No, yeah, once you guys watch this, you will understand.
I'm gonna love it. I just need to watch it.
It's very depressing.
Did you watch it all at once? Or?
Yeah. Oh no, I split it up into 2 days because I think I mentioned this on the podcast actually before, but there's this very specific spot that happens in the middle where there's some animal cruelty that happens. So that's a perfect stopping point for part 1. Whenever you're emotionally ready. But it's just really great at showing. Like how basically he's what Belatar is doing in this is he's equating humans to cattle. He does this very specifically with like the open shot, and then like the ending shot is very very similar. I'm pretty sure he opens with cattle and he ends on the same shot like the people we've been following basically in the same exact type of shot as the cows were at the very beginning. So basically showing like we don't really have control over this life that we think we do at the end of the day. Like that's something he's trying to go for in Satan Tango. Like it's these people have all done something in this town, and now this is basically their. I don't know if journey to repentance is the right way to say it, because it's not really like no one's really like gained any repentance at the end of this. It's very depressing in that way, but it's just a phenomenal like journey of depression, I would say. But
sounds like something about
that theme is definitely there in Trojan Horse too.
Yeah, Trojan Horse is amazing.
I still haven't seen Trojan Horse. Like I've only seen Damnation and Song Tango, I think, from Bellator.
Trojan Horse is one of those movies. It's like 2 hours.
Of course, I've seen the other two. Worker Meister Harmonies and Trojan Horse.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are honestly, I think those are the 2 I've seen too. Yeah. But like Trojan Horse is one of those movies where I'm like, it's like 2 hours and like 40 minutes, I think. And it like hypnotizes you. It's like you're like really.
This one's very much the same way because there are multiple shots where you're just following these people down a road that they're walking for like 10 minutes.
When Bellatar gets in that mode, I'm like, oh, let's go.
I do respect like if you're gonna make a movie just long, just make it super long because then people know what they're going to.
Yes.
Honestly.
Because like another director I definitely want to watch someday is Lab Diaz too because he has like long.
Jacques Rivette too.
But like Lab Diaz seems more like in this vein though.
Lab Diaz even more though because his movies are fucking long.
Yeah,
like almost all.
This is like basically his long. Pelot's long.
I think I've only seen one Lab Diaz movie and it was also amazing, but it was also 6 hours.
But like the fact like where you can just literally like just like put your camera and just like be in one place for like 10 minutes or something. You know, like Psy kind of like you could tell Psy was definitely going to like through that. Like
if Psy wanted to make a 6 hour long movie, I would eat that up. Oh my god,
he should. God
he should.
Like in nature or something. Fuck, he's never really been in nature that much.
In days
he's fascinated
with urban, but it's still like kind of urban nature.
I mean that's Taiwan.
He's going to the jungle or something. Well, I guess the afternoon. The afternoon, yeah, that's like the closest. Yeah,
he used to hang out with what's that the call?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I know he loves. I mean, they love each other, but
I love them.
Yeah,
we all love each other.
They definitely know who I am.
yeah, we're buddies.
Plus, I know Worker Meister Harmonies just had a 4K?
Yeah, I think Criterion
that
just
probably
released
looks so good, too.
Probably looks amazing.
He's someone I'm glad you even said it. Like, I honestly kind of forgot about like, I haven't thought about it in a while, so I definitely, like...
He's someone that I just need to finish, because he only has, like, 8 movies or something? Like, 6 features?
He has some short... He has a decent amount of shorts, but yeah.
And he said he's done.
He's retired.
Which honestly, I kind of respect his Turn Horse. Like, that's like a final statement. Like, I have nothing left in this world to talk about. Like, that's what he said, like, about Turn Horse. Like, yeah, like... I'm not making another movie because that's like I put everything in that movie. Yeah, that's everything. Like I love this.
I gotta watch Turn Horse and Work My Surroundings for sure.
Both amazing movies.
I'm pretty sure I watched actually an interview with Bellatar and Weird Stuff to Call.
Oh,
they did on YouTube. You can find it.
Damn.
Because I know he actually likes Weird Stuff to Call, so that makes me happy.
No,
he seems like such a guy that doesn't like
because Screen Slate did that end of year list like a couple years ago, and like they emailed Bellatar. He's like, oh yeah, and he responded. It was like the text was like, I didn't watch any new movies. Like, there's no good movies. It's like, oh, I only love like we're set to call Pedro Costa and someone else. And it said at the end, sent from my phone. I was like, oh damn, modern.
Okay, at least he watched Weird Stuff to Call. You know.
Yeah, let's go.
He knows what he's doing.
He hasn't seen Psy though, so he's missing out.
Yeah, he's seen Weird Stuff to Call.
But you like what's called One Side?
I mean, just I guess I don't want to put two kings against each other. I don't want to put two kings.
Two kings, yeah.
Yeah, true. 2 kings.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'll go with my next pick, number 8. And the reason why I said I'm kind of glad you picked Dreams because I'm picking. To me, this is like the other half of Dreams, which is Obayashi's best movie.
Oh my gosh! No way you're picking this.
I'm making a Dreams.
Okay, I respect
but
that.
I actually am dead serious though, because like I can't think of the movies without each other. That's why I was kind of like I almost brought it up while I was talking about Dreams, but I was kind of trying to hold back because like to me like they're like one movie. Like the fact that the Kurosawa's Dreams is like the first half of it. You know, we get to see Kurosawa like film his dreams directly, but really like what makes it so special to me is like what Obayashi does such a good job of showing, which is, I mean, it's obvious because he's a director himself, so he knows like kind of the work it takes. But like all these long shots you get of just these sets of just like all these people have to go to work to construct these huge sets, or like there's that shot with all the flowers floating everywhere, and he shows it from behind the scenes, and he like hangs on it longer than like in the movie and stuff. It's like fucking amazing. But basically, just emphasizing this point of like. That's something Kurosawa himself would never talk about, is like how much work it actually takes. Yeah. You know, like how much just like you get so many shots of him just sitting like by himself, just like watching workers have to do stuff like while he just has to sit there bored, you know, or like he's like even reading a book at times and stuff like that. But like just all these little moments. Then of course all the interviews with like Obayashi does Kurosawa throughout it. It's just like it's just so perfect.
I just remember when he's like when he's like interviewing, he's like people say you're not good with women characters, but actually though he's like talking about this moment from like No Regrets from Our Youth, and then Kurosawa goes, "Oh, I haven't thought of that."
That was like 40 years ago or something.
It's amazing.
Plus, I was going to mention this quote for Dreams, but he says this to Obayashi. He says, "I say this often, but the imagination is rooted in memory. Memory is the foothold, and you imagine from there." Yeah. And I mean, obviously, this movie is like the classic example of that. But you can tell like that's Kurosawa's process throughout all of his movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, Making of Dreams, Obayashi's best. No, I'm just kidding about that. But it is like literally a special making of movie for me because I think that he does bring something unique, being his own kind of he's a great director in his own right. So like
it's an interesting.
The fact that they made such different types of movies. So, like, I think he even had a certain respect.
Well, and he grew up on Kurosawa.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, there's all that element. But, like, the fact that he made such different types of movies, you can tell he has such respect for these kind of, like, grand filmmaking of, like, holy shit, there's, like, 100 people on this set right now working, like, just to film this one shot, or something. Like, it's just...
Obayashi's movies are very grand in their own rights.
They are, but, like, come on, Kurosawa is, like, really the grandest.
It's available also on the Criterion Blu-ray. It's a supplement on that. In case you want to watch it.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Oh yeah.
You have another pick.
All right. My number 9 pick is. I think I mentioned this director from India, Gopala Krishnan. Adore Gopala Krishnan. He has a few movies. This is honestly his decade where he's cooking, but my favorite, at least right now anyway, it's a movie called The Walls or Mati Wukal, and he's from Kerala in India, but I guess I'll just say The Walls in India. I mean, in English, it's basically all the movie is about this prisoner, and he's like a political prisoner basically, and the whole movie is about him being in prison, basically with no context to the outside world except for through like. You'll see through the middle of this movie, like through the middle of the movie, he gets to talk to a female prisoner that's on the other side. Yeah. But you never get to see her. Okay. So the whole movie, the movie's kind of like a metaphor, just like someone that's in prison. You can take that a lot of different ways. But yeah, that's kind of what the whole movie's about. And like the main actor in it, Mammootty, he's a really famous South Indian actor. But like he literally it's one of my all-time favorite performances because he's usually known as like a very kind of intense. Actor, like he's more like a villain in a lot of roles and stuff. He's more like a guy that gets angry and stuff. But in this one, he kind of shows like his other side, where he's like way more like emotional. It's a hard kind of personality to describe without watching it, but it's kind of like
the guy that was in Afternoon Dream.
Yes, he's the old guy in it. Yeah, he's the main. Yes, exactly. He's younger in this.
Because I remember you saying the same thing about this is a different type of role for him than he
really
is.
Yes. No, he's been in a shit ton of movies. Let me see what it says on. He's been. It says on Letterboxd he's been in 441 movies.
Jesus Christ! Holy shit! Man works.
That's what I'm saying.
They're definitely missing a lot too.
Like. This is true with a lot of Indian actors. They can speak like 4 or 5 languages, so he does them in all different states.
He's always working.
Yeah. So he's always working, but he's still like an incredible actor. And this one, like you can see the kind of range. If you watch it, you'll see what the range I'm talking about. It's more like a. I don't know really how to describe it, but it's more like a sympathetic kind of. Yeah, I don't know how to really describe it without watching it, but it's the opposite of a more aggressive type, I guess is the hardest way to put it.
Like a Henry Fonda in the Hitchcock movie.
Maybe more contemplative is I guess I would put it. Yeah. No, but I highly recommend it. Kind of just this metaphor of like what it means to be in prison, to all of a sudden have hope through a woman on the other side, but just even like what a little hope can do for someone.
Is it like The Man Escaped kind of in that time?
Honestly, yes, exactly. That kind of idea of being a prisoner, what it means to be free. You could say this guy's a little more, the character in this is a little more self-aware and stuff, but yeah, no.
But just about that needing that.
Yeah, maybe I would say he's got a poetic attitude to him. It's like it's kind of an Indian personality, or maybe just like it's definitely an Indian type more than you see in the West, but like a kind of like a poet as a heroic type almost in a way, but. Yeah, The Walls.
The Walls. Nice.
You guys have never seen any of this guy's movies yet. You guys really should, because I mentioned on the '80s draft the monologue, or it's the same director, and he's also in that movie too. But yeah. All right.
My number 9. This one, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys would expect me to pick this, but The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's my number 9.
Oh.
Interesting. It's one of my favorite anime movies.
I remember you telling me this, but I'm surprised you picked it.
No, yeah, I watch this every year, at least once, if not twice. Sometimes I watch it before both Halloween and Christmas, but sometimes just before Halloween. But but I do watch this movie at least once a year. One of my favorite anime movies of all time. I don't know if we'll ever get to talk about this besides on a list. Maybe one day. I don't know. Okay.
I've never seen this movie.
I can get down with that. It's like, so Tim Burton, I've seen almost all of Tim Burton's movies, and this isn't a Tim Burton movie, like he's not a director or anything, but this is a Tim Burton movie. So, but it's got that same. It's got that same type of feel as the classic Tim Burton movies that I do honestly love. But it's just like...
Oh, he wrote the movie, I'm pretty sure.
Actually, that's why I said it's a Tim Burton movie. But it's just taking this thing of like not being pigeonholed into what society wants you to be, basically, and like accepting that you can actually be something more than you are. That's kind of what, at the end of the day, the movie's about, and it's doing it via Halloween versus Christmas, and it's amazing. So, because those are the two best holidays.
It's crazy. I don't think I've seen those.
No, I don't think I have either.
Damn,
so, yeah.
This is a classic. Honestly.
It's like I know some of the images are so iconic and stuff, but
I mean, it's got one. It's one of the greatest soundtracks of all time, in my opinion, too. So,
no, I didn't. I need to watch this.
You should. We should watch it for Halloween this year. Honestly,
yeah, it could be a Halloween episode. Yeah,
be a really fun episode to do.
Is there another good animated Halloween movie?
Tim Burton has another one.
Coraline?
Yeah,
that's the same director. Because
it's the same kind of style. It's the style.
It's the same style. We could do like The Corpse Bride is amazing too. Honestly, that's Tim Burton. So
yeah, but honestly, it makes sense. We're saying Tim Burton style. Might as well do Tim Burton.
Be amazing. Honestly. Future idea.
What's he up to? What's the guy up to?
The last thing he made was Dumbo, or did he make another one after that?
I have no idea.
I do not keep up with Tim Burton at all. I don't know.
I haven't seen Dumbo.
Alright.
I haven't seen Dumbo, but Beetlejuice 2 is coming.
Why did he direct Dumbo?
That's this year.
Oh shit.
But yeah, his last.
I don't know why he directed Dumbo, but apparently he destroys the Death Star at the end of it, which is kind of funny. So.
Anyway,
but yeah, interesting, dude. This movie called Big Eyes looks so bad.
What the fuck
I liked it,
but Blake gave it 4 stars. I thought it was the same. Blake gave it 4.
Blake, come on.
It was a long time ago too, but I
no. It's on your letterbox, so it means you didn't know.
I mean, Tim Burton is a great director, though. I do love Tim Burton. So.
Yeah. All right, Luke, number 9.
My number 9 is Van Gogh, directed by Maurice Pialat.
We've had 2 Van Gogh references now.
Oh yeah, Dreams. Damn! I didn't even think about that.
Van Gogh, you might
this one a few years after Dreams.
Okay.
But what's interesting about it, this is more of a. So obviously it's a historical film it's about the last days of Van Gogh. But what's super fascinating is like I watched Rossellini after this movie, so it's fascinating comparing the two because in a way they are similar in that like Pialat's kind of like not dramatizing the life of it. It's very like down to earth. Although he doesn't go as far as radical as down to earth as like Rossellini will get. Like there's still like dramatic moments because Pialat's he's similar to Cassavetes in like the dramaticism. Although it's more of a quiet one. He's more like a bit more low key than Cassavetes, I would say. But he is really wanting you to keep that distance, similar to Rossellini. At least I think so. And like it's so funny. Like think about in Rossellini, like think about Rossellini's Messiah when he spends like 2 seconds on like the crucifixion.
Yeah.
That's like how Pialat treats like Van Gogh, like his paintings. Like there's like I think there's like 1 or 2 shots. Like there's one shot where he's like in the process of painting like a girl, which is like, kind of like the romantic interest in the movie. But like the only time you really see is like his famous paintings is like in the background on a wall, like leaned up, like facing away from the audience. Like you like sometimes you can see like a little bit of it, but it's like it's very much in the background. He doesn't like care about that. Like, and it's just a fascinating. It's more like I think in this way it's like, in a way you're more like empathizing with him as a human more than like as an artist. And so I think Pialat it's more like true to life, I would say, rather than if he like did it the normal like Hollywood way. And it's incredible.
His movies look really interesting too.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what you think because he's often referred to as the French Cassavetes. I think it's a simple oversimplification. There's similarities, but there's also differences between the two. Because he's more obviously he's French, so he's obviously like more influenced by like Renoir and probably Vigo as well, I would say. But yeah, that'd be my number 9. And my number 10 pick. It might seem like a joke pick, but I'm being dead serious when I'm gonna pick this. Cat Listening to Music, directed by Chris Marker. It's like 2 minutes long. I rewatched it this morning. This was incredible. It's basically Chris Marker's intimately filming this cat listening to music, and it's like it makes me feel things though. It's like he's like focusing on like the cat like laying on the piano, and like there's a few shots of like him like the paws, like focusing on the paws of the cat, like really close up of it. And like the cat's like sleeping, he's like dozing.
That sounds like an amazing Chris Marker movie.
Oh my god!
You ever seen this?
No. Bro, let's watch this. Like we're watching this right after this.
After,
honestly,
yeah,
like it's like 2 minutes. So
it's like one of his home videos.
Dude, it's like you get the piano playing in the background. It's like, I mean, I love cats.
I'm surprised it's your number 10 pick, but
I just need to put on.
You gotta get a marker on it.
I just need to put it on the.
Have you seen Level 5?
Show it to people. No, I need to watch it. I have it downloaded.
Level 5's amazing.
I see like I need to tell the people about this.
I might pick that for my number 10. I haven't decided yet. So.
Oh well, you better decide soon.
That's true.
You're picking right now.
Well, I have a lot that I could choose from. That's the problem.
Also, this is on YouTube. If you want to watch it. Yeah.
Do I really want? I think I'm gonna stick with. There's like 3 I really want to choose now that I was thinking of Level 5, but I think I'm gonna stick with Cure.
I would say you better pick that, dog. It's just waiting there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Cure. There's some other movies I also would love to pick, but I mean, Kiyoshi Kurosawa was one of my like main introductions to like Japanese horror, and it was through Cure. And Cure is still one of my favorite Japanese horror movies. It's just like it's different than usual Japanese horror because it's just so like it's like contemplative and very. I want to say it's very slow paced because it feels slow, but it's mostly because it's quiet.
It's psychological, but it like creeps up into you in a way that a lot of like,
it gets under your skin.
A lot of like so-called psychological horror is like an overused term in general, in my opinion. But like a lot of that's like super obvious about it, but this is not. It's like it's almost just creeps up on you, like in like a very unsettling way.
It does because like it feels supernatural what's happening to this man, obviously. Yeah. But at the end of the day, as we see with Pulse, it could just be like we get copycat killers all the time. If you get popular enough via something like that X, then there will obviously be copycats. But I mean, like that's kind of what the movie's about. It's like they're after this guy because they think he might be a copycat of someone that died of the main murder that died previously. But the movie's so fucking good, though. It's an amazing movie. I mean, Kiyoshi Kurosawa has made some of the more thought-provoking Japanese horror movies of all time, honestly, but Cure it's hard to choose between Cure and Pulse, which one's my favorite, because they're both amazing masterpieces, but, I mean, thank God they both did not come out in the 90s, because...
Pulse is 2000.
Yeah, Pulse is 2000, so we can save that for the odds.
Well, that's good. Alright, my last pick is... I don't think either of you guys have seen this. It's a short film on Dostoevsky's short story, The Dream of a Ridiculous Man. It's a Russian short film, like animated short film. It's kind of... Apparently, the animation style is called Paint on Glass. But it has a very similar to that kind of flowing style between scenes, you know?
Like painted on glass, like the church things? Like glass paintings like that?
I get, but it's probably just like small pieces of glass that I'm probably running like film. I don't know exactly how glass animation works exactly, but you can kind of tell because it's very like kind of messy, you know, in a way. Like it's way more messier, but the style of flowing style kind of reminded me of The Man Who Planted Trees.
Oh, okay.
But this story is kind of about like this. The story is about this guy who is about to commit suicide, and then he sees like a girl that's like calling for his help, and I'm pretty sure like. And then that's like that kind of gives him like a hope of like maybe he should live on, basically. But the whole part of the movie is about this dream he has about why he should still live even though he's about to commit suicide. When it's funny, the reason why I love the movie so much though is because like the animation style, it's very like brownish, like a dark brown white, kind of like gritty. You know, it's supposed to be like a guy about to commit suicide. It's that kind of style. You know, like very dark, but out of this just animation style alone, with the way it flows and stuff, and it goes through some very dark places like Dostoevsky always does. Like, the dream is about this kind of paradise that he dreams of, and he's like, see, like, look, even in this world, I can dream of paradise. But then in this dream itself, like, it starts going to chaos, like in a Dostoevsky type way, you know, like, because of course paradise can't exist anywhere on Earth. So,
no, yes.
But yeah, so like the way the animation does this, of like showing like, it's kind of similar to Man of Planet Trees in a way of like, you know, you see the town as peaceful, and then all of a sudden like they're chaotic against each other and stuff, like the way that kind of animation style works. Like, it does that in this movie too. But just to kind of conclude is like, the reason I loved it, and I rewatched it this morning, why it's kind of like fresh in my mind, but the reason why I loved it so much is like, it's a very, like, the animation style fits a Dostoevsky theme of like, even if Dostoevsky, like, it seems like he's a very pessimistic author, he only describes like the worst of people, like they only want to kill people. At the end of the day, he's also very good at describing like that kind of hope of like why someone wants to live, you know, or like why do people even find a way to live in the first place, you know, like even in all that chaos in the first, that he also is good at describing. So it's just a great little movie. Only 20 minutes too, so kind of perfect. But yeah, The Dream of a Ridiculous Man. Also one of my favorite Dostoevsky titles.
No, yeah,
and it kind of goes with like I mentioned this with Bresson, where he said like he only wanted to remake Dostoevsky short stories because they're kind of messier and like people don't revere them as much. So you can kind of go where like people don't care if you mess them up or anything. Like this is another example of that, you know. Like yeah, I kind of like Dostoevsky short stories. So yeah,
let's go ahead and
that's the
let's go back around and recap everyone's picks. I'll start recapping mine. Number 1, A Brighter Summer Day, directed by Edward Yang. Number 2, Through the Olive Trees, directed by Abbas Kiarostami. Number 3, Dreams, directed by Akira Kurosawa. Number 4, The Hole, directed by Simon Long. Number 5, Shortcuts, directed by Robert Altman. Number 6, Chungking Express, directed by Wong Kar-wai. Number 7, Taboo, directed by Nagisa Oshima. Number 8, A Moment of Innocence, directed by Mohsen Makhmalbaf. Number 9, Van Gogh, directed by Maurice Pialat. And number 10, Cat Listening to Music, directed by Chris Marker.
Cat Listening to Music.
Good.
I feel like we always save like our more interesting picks for
yeah.
More interesting.
Yeah.
At least the shorts.
Yeah, the shorts. Yeah, because mine was the shorts.
Yeah. Right,
plus, you don't have to worry about people stealing the shorts, most likely.
Yeah, I wasn't going in here worried about Cat Listening to Music today. I was like, no one's gonna think about
that. Wasn't my third pick. If I would, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah.
If I would have watched it.
Yeah.
No. Okay, my number 1 was Full Contact. My number 2, and a shocker, was Vive l'Amour. My number 3 was Face Off. 4 was The Mission. 5, In the Mouth of Madness. 6, Only Yesterday. 7, Hanabi. 8, Satan Tango. 9, The Nightmare Before Christmas. And 10, Cure.
And mine is number 1, The Thin Red Line. Number 2, My Neighbors the Yamadas. 3, Eyes Wide Shut. 4, A Tale of Autumn. 5, Close Up. 6, Natsar, or The Gays in English. 7, Getting Any. 8, Making of Dreams. 9, The Walls. And 10, Dream of a Ridiculous Man.
So, I mean, any honorable mentions? I have a few. Rebels of the Neon God, Before Sunrise, Princess Mononoke, Hard Boiled, Mahjong, Edward Yang movie.
Yeah, you didn't even take Princess Mononoke. Holy shit.
There's other movies I want to talk about more. But Afterlife, Beau Travail, Made in Hong Kong, The River, Taste of Cherry, Summer's Tale, Fallen Angels.
I got a few. The one that was closest, because I even rewatched it this weekend, but it barely missed, was Clueless.
I was wanting to rewatch it.
It's honestly it still holds up really well, but it barely missed. The Insider, Michael Mann, Jurassic Park,
yes,
Best Spielberg, Casino, which is kind of surprising, didn't make it for me, but
that's actually on my draft board.
Heat.
Heat also, yeah. I would probably pick Insider slightly above Heat, but then I also rewatched New Rose Hotel this morning because I almost put Ferrara on there, but I barely missed it. You haven't seen it? Have you seen any Ferrara?
I've seen Bad Lieutenant, but I don't remember anything from it.
No, New Rose Hotel is still really good. Just barely missed. And then Beauty and the Beast, the animation one, also really good.
That one was amazing.
Oh, you like
the 90s? Yeah, it's a good one.
That one's amazing.
I haven't seen it. Sounds like too.
Because I remember I watched that one and also
the new one,
the Cocteau one, kind of like at the same time.
Oh yeah,
they're both really
I was
good,
going to mention the Cocteau one. I love how like creepy that one is.
No, that one's also good.
Yeah, that's good.
This one actually I still really like. Yeah, and then Kids Return also is probably another Kitano I didn't mention. But
17. I mean, we mentioned 17.
Truman Show also. Somebody like actually I had a these are okay. There's a few that I haven't seen in a long time. Like when I first started kind of getting art movies, like Double Life of Veronique.
Oh,
like, a lot of Kiyosaki. Like also Three Colors Red too. Like I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get on Kiyosaki's wavelength though. I don't know. There's something about him.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, he's Polish or something.
I don't know. There's something.
But also Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That was a movie I loved.
Okay,
so
I
liked it, but like I just haven't seen it since I loved it when it came out. And I probably went. I know part of the reason I loved it is just because like the visual style of it. So I don't know if there's like a lot of substance. But I still think I would like it. But yeah. All right. So what are we doing next week, Luke? What's your picks?
We kind of within the breaks we've been doing a lot of blind spots with the three of us, and we've kind of gone through like my blind spots. We kind of done a full cycle of all of our blind spots, and so we're going back to me. And in typical fashion, I'm making these two watch some Hollywood movies because they don't want to like stay.
Damn it.
They don't want to stay in the USA, at all. Like some great films here. Simply old Hollywood stuff.
Is there
that I'm interested in. But the two movies I chose were History is Made at Night, directed by Frank Borzage, and Hatari, directed by Howard Hawks.
No, I'm glad to see a Borzage movie. Like,
yeah, honestly,
I probably wouldn't watch them. Like, I would at some point, but forcing us to watch them is like speeding up the process.
It's a recent discovery of mine. I'm still like new to him, but
he definitely would have been a later like.
Way later.
Way later.
I didn't even know who he was before this year.
I didn't know who he was.
I had no clue.
But he definitely looks.
But there's a lot of old Hollywood directors that I didn't know who they were until like recently. Like it's like
that's what's crazy about film. You just like you keep zooming in, you find more.
Yeah, zooming in is a great way. Like I remember when I was like, oh, who's this Person guy? Like he probably like not important.
Why do you think I've never made it out of Japan?
Yeah,
exactly.
Or Hong Kong.
Or Hong Kong.
Asia. Yeah, you have this wall that you can't get over.
It's true because I just find so many new ones.
And this is the youngest art,
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. That was a fun episode. Until next week, hope to see you floating through the clouds.